is the Blitz. You're on 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM. If you're on the go, slow down. Smell those blue bonnets. ESPNSA.com, a fine locale. He's Jason Minix. I'm Rob Thompson. James Pledger comfortably ensconced in the glass box of fun for 3 consecutive hours of restaurant quality radio. Got a lot to talk about today. I don't know if the news is a shock to a lot of us, but DeMar's going to go ahead and dip his big toe into those free agent waters. He's going to go ahead and test the climate for an aging yet still productive lead guard. So we'll talk a lot about DeMar. The Spurs prepare for the gentleman's doubleheader. They get the Denver Nuggets tonight and get a day off in the Mile High City, and then they get them again on Friday. We'll get you ready for that at 5:30 with Jill Jelnick with Game Night San Antonio. We got some Cowboys talk. Tight end in the mix, maybe? Kyle Pitts will continue looking there and look at the draft.
You know, it's so funny. I know Chris Mortensen had the report on ESPN about Jerry's love of a Kyle Pitts. And I think right now every general manager should love some Kyle Pitts. That doesn't mean you're going to go nuts and draft a Kyle Pitts, even trade up to get him. I just, the speculation is out there. Now, if Kyle Pitts is out there somehow Kyle Pitts is available at number 10, you take him. That's called best player available, and that would be the excuse that Jerry would make that, yes, we know we need defensive help. Yes, we know we need another left tackle, but if you get a Kyle Pitts, you're helping your defense because now we're going to score 50 a game. See, I mean, I could see it there, but you're not trading up to get him. But if he's there, you better take him.
If Kyle Pitts is there, all I can picture is Jerry and Steven, like, what was the sheriff's name in Smokey and the Bandit with his son?
Buford T. Justice.
But Daddy, we need a tackle. But Daddy, we need to get us some help on the defense. But Daddy, when I get home, son, I'm going to walk in and slap your mama. We're drafting Kyle Pitts.
Here's the thing. This isn't Johnny Manziel, because that was the conversation with Johnny Manziel, and that was, Daddy, pulling a guy up against the wall by a shirt collar. But honestly, if Kyle Pitts is there, I think Stephen Jones and Mike McCarthy and everybody else would be racing to the phone to say, get that guy. There wouldn't be a guy in the room saying, we shouldn't do this. This is a bad idea. That wouldn't happen. No,
but Daddy,
even the defensive coordinator, Mike Nolan doesn't even work there anymore. He'd be calling saying, "You better take that Pitts guy if he's available at 10."
But Daddy, we need us a tackle. Shut up, boy.
But Daddy, we need us a cornerback and a safety and a defensive lineman and a punt. But we got us a Pitts. Let's get us if he's available at 10. And the Cowboys don't take Kyle Pitts, and he's available at 10. He will Randy Moss the Dallas Cowboys his entire career.
We're taking Kyle Pitts. Go home. Now I understand why lions eat their young. We're going to go ahead and draft us some Kyle Pitts. We'll talk a lot about the Cowboys. Look at the draft. The third and fourth draft picks. When you're looking at San Francisco and Atlanta, lots of intrigue there. What the heck's going on with those two? We'll look at what San Francisco did to get where they are and what Atlanta's going to do if they're going to stay where they are at 3 and 4. Deshaun Watson news continues to get worse. And now we actually have some tangible negative outcome from the many accusations toward Deshaun. The corporate world is now lining up to leave the Deshaun Watson freight train that is coming to a screeching halt. So we'll let you know who the corporate sponsors were and where Deshaun is going as we look at Watson. We'll get into it later. But Jason, as the news continues to be bad, and while certainly he is not guilty of anything yet, the corporate world is running. And with that, is it time for the NFL to step in and go, it's time for Deshaun to be kind of separated from the league? Let's put him in a place where he still gets paid because he hasn't legally done anything, according to the law, illegal until he's convicted, but still get paid, and maybe a deal can be made. But right now, it just seems like he's got other issues, and it's going to lead to I'm not sure where it leads, but I feel like the NFL needs to let him go away for a bit.
And you're talking about the commissioner's exempt list, and that makes sense. That's where you put a guy. He's not with the team. He still gets paid, but he can't be a part of team activities. I think that's was Tyreek Hill on that a couple of years ago. Not a lot of guys were on there, but until there's team activities, there's no reason for them to make that move now. I think, when you think about when OTAs and in-person stuff starts, in May, if things aren't starting to resolve a little bit, I think that's the move. Right now, there's no reason to do it because, quite frankly, it seems like the commissioner's exempt list was created to protect the Shield and the association with the NFL. Mm-hmm. Well, that works if you're talking about a defensive lineman or somebody not a starting quarterback with a $100+ million contract. I mean, it's still going to be Deshaun Watson of the Houston Texans. It's still going to be, they're not going to be able to make this go away. I'm sure Deshaun probably wishes, and we saw the emails, if you believe him or not, that he would have just paid the first one $100,000 because, when you look at the list of sponsors, and I don't know if it was just the press conference yesterday where you heard from a victim and you have a name and a face to go along with the story that the corporate world said, all right, Nike, the first, they suspended them, and Beats by Dre fired them. Reliant and HEB said, well, our deals are up at the end of this season. We don't have plans right now to renew those conversations, where they would have been just automatic renewals if he stayed with the Houston Texans. So, in reality, he's had 2 non-renewals, a suspension, and got fired from Beats by Dre. So when you look at it, the amount of money plus the billable hours, it might have been cheaper for him just to write some checks and sign some NDAs.
We'll talk a lot about it. Does that maybe in the eyes of some kind of edge you toward his plea of innocence might be there if he chose not to pay them? Knowing what was coming?
On the first one, yes. If you're innocent, you want to go to the highest mountaintop screaming your innocence, right? I mean, in some ways, because they share the lawyer. I mean, Roger Clemens tried going to the top of the mountaintop screaming his innocence as loud as he possibly could. But I mean, when you start seeing, okay, now there's 5. Now there's 10. Now there's 15. We're up to 22. And sure, Mr. Lawyer, give me a list of 18 or 20, whatever it was, of massage therapists that said he was a perfect gentleman during their sessions. I'm looking at a guy that's got 40 different massage therapists realizing, okay, there's something to this that doesn't sit right. And when you look at the Nikes and the Beats by Dre type companies that have a lot of athletes on their rosters that aren't perfect citizens, you realize from the corporate world, the association with Deshaun Watson is bad news right now, innocent or not.
Let's hope that Deshaun Watson doesn't have a good friend like Andy Pettit. We'll talk about that as we move along, because if push comes to shove, one of you's landed in front of the bus, and it ain't going to be me, said Andy Pettit as he testified against Clemens those years back. We'll talk a lot about that. We're full of guests. We got a national champion coming our way. Wagner's own San Antonio star, Kiana Williams, she lately of Stanford and national championship and future NBA or in a WNBA player, as she just announced for the draft. She's San Antonio star, and she'll be right here on ESPN San Antonio at 5 o'clock. We're excited to talk to Kiana. She was the spiritual leader of a very good team that took a title, surprisingly. We're excited to talk with her. Of course, Maddie will be here. Maddie Sky will join us in just about 15 minutes for her weekly San Antonio update. We're cooking today with Mark Singleton, as we do on Wednesdays. The Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rind segment, one of our favorites, goes off at 6 o'clock. I'll tell you now, make sure you got a device where you can watch us live at ESPNSA.com or on our YouTube channel, because these are Beard Award-winning recipes that are perfect for weekends and entertaining and also keto-friendly. So he'll be here about 6 o'clock. Coming back, we saw earlier today that DeMar has finally told us, though we saw by his actions he was going to do this. He's testing the free agent waters. Is he going to leave? What are the Spurs going to do? We'll tell you where the Spurs sit if he leaves and how much money they're going to have and who is available to go get if, in fact, DeMar DeRozan is soon to be a former Spur. Let's talk Spurs coming up next You're on the Blitz, you lucky devils. 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM, and on the go at ESPNSA.com.
You know, it is National Beer Day, so if you're going to celebrate with a great cold beer and then, put some sausage on the grill, you want the best sausage, the kind you could find in butcher shops back in the old days. Kielbasa smoked sausage is what you need to go get. You see, at Kielbasa, they make their legendary smoked sausage in small 150-pound batches with only fresh, high-quality ingredients, never frozen meat. They don't add fillers or chemicals that you can't pronounce. Then it is smoked over real hardwood, just the way Rufus Kielbasa did back in 1949 when he started the company here in San Antonio. And Kielbasa remains a great local San Antonio company. That great sausage made right here in town over there off of South Brazos Street. You see, at Kielbasa, they are on a mission to reintroduce you to authentic smoked meats. So when you buy Kielbasa brand sausage, you're getting the best, most authentic smoked sausage you'll ever eat. Michael Kielbasa guarantees it. If it's not the best, call him. He'll give your money back. His phone number is on the back of every package sold. Kielbasa sausage is now available at Walmart. And, of course, you can find the great Kielbasa sausage, bacon, chorizo, and breakfast links at an H-E-B near you. You're going to fire up the grill? Get some Kielbasa today.
Show us your meat. On the grill. Take a picture and upload it to ESPNSA.com, and you could win a $50 gift card from Tri-County Meat Market if you do. Grilling with the Blitz every Thursday.
Injuries do happen. If you twist, pull, pop, or snap something, you need to know about the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics. From a minor sprain to a compound fracture, TSAOG Orthopedics has got you covered. Now, not all injuries require surgery. Dr. David Espinosa treats all non-operative orthopedic injuries and does concussion baseline testing. Telemedicine services are available through OrthoConnect. There's no reason to be in pain. If you're hurting, visit the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics. Start online at TSAOG.com. That's TSAOG.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's opponents on Man versus Train. At the crossing, we have Rick, a 175-pound frustrated man who's running late for work. And on the tracks, we have Bull, a 1,000,000-pound freight train that takes a mile to stop. Let's see who comes out on top.
You can't beat a train, so don't try. Stop. Trains can't. Paid for by NHTSA.
Howdy, San Antonio. Chip Ingram from the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant, inviting you to come out and enjoy patio season. We have newly remodeled patios, garage doors, and everything else you need to enjoy this great South Texas weather. As always, ice cold beer and specialty drinks. Happy hours daily from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And our kitchen is open from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. See you soon at the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant at 281 and Redland Road.
When getting the job done right is job one, you need construction equipment that's built right. From compact track loaders to the world's #1 selling compact excavator, the Kubota construction lineup features durable Kubota engines, more comfort, and the versatility to do it all and do it right. Visit your local Kubota dealer today. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
Goodyear knows the importance of keeping momentum as you head down the stretch. Momentum starts with movement. It's pulled from the air like a contested rebound. Momentum builds with steals and fast breaks, and is proven by deep threes as the shot clock expires. Momentum is how we change the game, and now it's time to discover where it can take us. Goodyear, more driven.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's opponents on Man versus Train. At the crossing, we have Rick, a 175-pound frustrated man who's running late for work. And on the tracks, we have Bull, a 1,000,000-pound freight train that takes a mile to stop. Let's see who comes out on top.
You can't beat a train, so don't try. Stop. Trains can't. Paid for by NHTSA.
It is the Blitz. Welcome on to ESPN San Antonio. Matty Sky of MySA.com will be here in just about 15 minutes. We'll look around San Antonio and talk Melvis. Hold on, we'll tell you what that means in just a bit. Melvis is a star, man. Anybody who knows who Melvis
Downtown
is.
Meteora?
That's him,
He's
man.
a star?
Mexican Elvis, Melvis. That's what I call him anyway, but he's hitting the TikToks and Maddie will join us. Well, yeah, we'll talk about that coming up. We hear by NBA sources who broke it, but DeMar is going to this is of The Athletic, is going to test the free agent waters. We knew that was coming when he didn't get traded or a new contract wasn't offered at the trade deadline. We knew that he was going to exit, but now it appears to be official.
Well, and again, I mean, you say we knew and all signs indicated, but we had also heard prior to the deadline that the Spurs were open to trade him if they couldn't work out a long-term extension. When they didn't, you might have had a little part of you thinking maybe they had come to some sort of an agreement. But according to The Athletic, a source with knowledge of DeRozan's outlook says he'll be taking a, quote, wide open approach to free agency.
Which means the ABCs of getting a new job. It's all about a bigger check. So if the bigger check arrives, I will go take my talents elsewhere. Not a surprise at all. But we do need to look, as we sit now, if he is in fact exiting. We have other free agents we got to talk about, Patty Mills and Rudy Gay. We already lost LaMarcus. DeMar goes. At the end of the day, Trey Lyles, we could end up with roughly $78 million to spend in free agency if DeMar was to walk. Now, I think we all believe that Patty Mills isn't going anywhere, that he will get the lifer exemption and get a couple year check.
3 years, $30 million, 10 apiece. So we still got $68 million to spend.
So if DeMar is testing in free agency, and by most measures, he's the best free agent out there that is truly available. Kawhi is a free agent, but he's probably going to stay in LA. I can't imagine him moving around, but it depends on what his uncle wants. So that leaves just a couple of teams that are truly in the market for a max level player or in the higher ends. The Knicks, they got some cash, and the Thunder. Those are the teams that we know will have at least enough money to get a max and maybe somebody else. Well, the Knicks might actually be in on this. A sign and trade might be appropriate with the Knicks. The Thunder, they're not. The Thunder they're not going after DeMar. They're not going to chase DeMar. They're going to offer him any money. The Thunder have draft picks and money. They don't need an old guy.
Yeah, well, unless they want somebody in their locker room. But I'm with you. I think Oklahoma City is off. And the idea of DeMar trying to get closer to the West Coast or back on the West Coast, maybe Phoenix, depending on what they do with the Chris Paul, who has a $44 million player option.
Would you go to Phoenix without Chris Paul?
With that young squad and Devin Booker, yeah. I like Phoenix. I do. I like that Phoenix
Remember what
team.
they were without him? They were the worst team in the West for years without him. And he got there and they got really good. Maybe rubbed off. It didn't seem to help Oklahoma City, though.
But true. But I do think a lot of the young talent that they had in Phoenix when they weren't very good is turning into really good talent. In fact, where are they playing the Jazz tonight? That's going to be a really good game to watch. Like historically good to watch tonight. But yeah, if Chris Paul leaves and you're DeMar DeRozan and you kind of take over that role, I could see that, and he would be cheaper than Chris Paul. That's probably about as close to the West Coast as DeMar gets if he's going to be in the $30 million a year range. He's making about 28 now, 27 and change. I don't see him as getting a max deal, unless the Knicks just have all the money in the world and are willing to go into luxury tax. But I could see him getting near max money, north of 30, which makes me wonder if he would stay in San Antonio. And even though the Spurs will have the money, would they spend all that money on DeMar DeRozan?
Because it appears, if he is in fact worth the $30 million or better that some think he is, I'm not sure, that there's just not a lot of teams that could just go get him. That just, we're going to go bid for you and get you. Now, there's a lot of teams that if you sign and trade become a lot more available. Do you see the potential possibility of him going home? Toronto, if Kyle Lowry leaves, going to have around $25 million to spend. You certainly think, we know what a jury is. I'm not sure if he's got the long-term family gene that the Spurs have. If you perform for us once, we'll bring you home and let you retire in style, like we have let other players do. I don't know if they'd go spend 25, but he is out there, and they are available to spend that money. Do you see him? Is Toronto a likelihood?
It seems so hard to go home again, and he wouldn't be going back to the same house. So I don't know. I do think he he seemed to enjoy the big city life, which probably would get him into New York and be with the Knicks. And then, of course, how important is a ring to DeMar DeRozan in the overall, but he's not at the point, he's not old enough to go ring chasing just yet. Go get paid, go make, the big time dollars that, when I think about all the max guys, the one thing that he doesn't do is hit threes. When you look at a Dame Lillard or all these other guys, they're all big 3-point shooters, and that is not DeMar's game. And I do think his offense has been sacrificed to a degree in San Antonio. And I think we probably undervalue him here in San Antonio because he has, you know what I mean? I just, we look at him and go, man, $27 million, is he a max guy? No. But when you look at, he's the best free agent on the market, not named Kawhi Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard ain't really going to be on the market. We know that, but he doesn't shoot threes. How much money is that going to cost him because he doesn't have that legit 3-point game?
Well, who out there would look for a guard that doesn't have a 3-point game, that has that kind of leadership, that fits? It's the team that we've been talking about forever. I think Miami still stands first in line to get them a DeMar DeRozan. If Miami chooses, and they have a big choice to make here, not re-signing Victor Oladipo, a younger, very talented guard that they get through a series of trades, Kendrick Nunn, who fell into their lap, or they could drop out Andre Iguodala. They got a team deal on that, and Goran Dragic. They could show up with the money quick, and if they expand that free money, they drop some of Dragic specifically. DeMar is a natural fit, and with that, they're going to have enough money to spend him. I think $30 million to Miami, and DeMar walks. I think it looked right prior to the trade deadline. They couldn't find the space, but as free agency begins, there's no way they pick up Andre Iguodala's $15 million. I don't think it's likely they pick up Dragic's $18 million. With that, there's the money to go get DeMar. And then what's frightening there is he leaves for nothing. Now, the realm of the Kawhi trade still has Pirtle and Keldon. There was still something gained from the trade. But to lose the likes of DeMar, for him to head over to the East and chase the title for little or nothing, that's something that no matter how this works out, that will be one of the worst episodes of GMsmanship for the San Antonio Spurs.
But in reality, it was the best deal at the time that you were going to get for Kawhi.
Oh, no, that was a fine deal. I'm talking about what they could have done with him.
Well, true. And again, I mean, and hopefully Keldon turns into the player we think he's going to turn into based on, what we have seen to this point. But yeah, it will suck to lose DeMar and get nothing for it. And that's why I've been saying, all year, at the deadline, I don't want to get rid of DeMar. And I really hope he does re-sign here, but get something for him. Extend the life of that Kawhi deal as much as you possibly can to try to get close to what we were. The idea of you're not going to get made whole again with what Kawhi did to you, but do what you can to get better. And maybe there's a chance that DeMar does end up re-signing. He tests the market, sees what's out there, and decides, for the money, I'll stay in San Antonio. But he's going to go explore what those options look like. It's just going to be an interesting offseason. And if you're the Spurs, where are you shopping with all that extra money? Is DeMar priority one? Or there are some other guys that you would like to go get, although we know the Spurs' history in signing big-name free agents and getting them to come to San Antonio.
Rarely do we have the kind of money we've had. So, yeah, we have not had good luck. We have not had good luck with free agency. LaMarcus is our one and only huge get, but to have the money to go get them is one thing, and then to get them is another. Now we have the money. It's just that the free agent list is kind of skinny. It's just not a lot
this year,
there.
It's like you finally got money to go shopping, and they haven't stocked the shelves.
A couple of restricted contracts that are floating around out there that we might be able to look at. I think Jarrett Allen, that was traded from Brooklyn, ended up in Cleveland after a couple of other pass-through deals. I think that would be the first choice if I was the Spurs. I would offer a max to him. I think John Collins at Atlanta certainly fits a need. Probably not worth as much as Allen, but he isn't probably near a max guy. And then third and final, for me, it's James Pledger's favorite, Lauri Markkanen out of Chicago. That looks like they want to move him. He's under a restricted deal. If they're looking for a guard, maybe we could help them out. Those look like the three most likely free agent candidates, but it's just not. It's not very thick right now. I'm sure some things will shake out, and I think the sign and trade at the end of the day would be the best possible thing for both the Spurs and whoever comes through. Do you think if DeMar, if it was even, is he leaving? I mean, if it's 25-30 and we match whoever's out there, would it be enough to keep him to stay? Or do you think if you're looking, you're already gone anyway?
You know, I think there would be some good comparisons. If it's even money wise and he's got a chance to live in New York or Miami, he gone. If pick some other NBA cities where even if the money's a little bit more, maybe he's deciding why would I move there?
Memphis.
But it's one of those situations where you look at DeMar doesn't talk about it. We don't really know what he likes or doesn't like about the organization. Seems like he's having fun. He had fun in the bubble. I was surprised he went down to the bubble. I think his relationship with Greg Popovich is strong, but I think the other part of it too, if you're DeMar, Pop, how long are you going to coach me? Are you going to be here for the length of the contract that I am signing? And I don't know that Pop can give him an honest answer on that.
Therein lies the rub, right? Because Pop will give an honest answer if it's possible. That's one of the hallmarks of what Greg Popovich has done. So, Renee, I'm glad you brought that up. If you're watching us live at ESPNSA.com, ESPN has dropped their top 25 players in the NBA under 25. The Spurs have gotten a plethora of pretty good draft picks over the last couple years, yet none, not one, no Keldon, no DeJounte, no Derek White, not a single one of the Spurs' recent acquisitions has made the ESPN list of the top 25 players. And I don't think that Derek belongs there, but I do think DeJounte probably fits in there with the rest, but I think it just goes on with the perception of what the Spurs are, and they don't look at us as a young and growing team.
I think it's a combination of things. And with DeJounte, the injury, and then has he gotten back to the point where we thought he was going to be yet? What's interesting on the overall list, the top 25 players under 25 years old, no Spur makes the list. But when you go and you look at all the individual writers' ballots, DeJounte makes one of the ballots in the 20s. So does Keldon Johnson. On another ballot, no Spur is on there. So they were in the mix, if you will, but they didn't end up making the list. And, when you're on a bad team and you're sharing minutes the way Pop has all these guys sharing minutes, that doesn't surprise me.
Which makes it that much more difficult to convince free agents to come, because you have to be better than the others to get the notoriety. You have to be not just good, but great to just be considered one of the 25. You're going to tell me as we sit today that Mikal Bridges is a better basketball player than DeJounte Murray? No, he's not. Are they close? Yes, they're close. But to tell me DeJounte does not belong in that 25, look at his numbers. Yeah, he was staggered by a knee injury, but I'll tell you, the numbers acquit with anybody in the league when you take his entire box, scores, rebounding, minutes, steals, turnover ratio, all those things are top notch. But still, just like DeMar a month and a half or 2 months ago, and the top 100 players comes in at about 80, which everybody knows that's a joke. It is the perception of the Spurs that we're going to have to overcome. We're just going to have to overcome it.
There is, and again, these players know they don't do interviews. They don't do local interviews. They don't do national interviews. You don't see them on a lot of commercials. It's certainly been the Spurs way for a long time, and it does hurt the Spurs. When Tim Duncan was in that locker room, and that's what Tim Duncan wanted, everybody kind of fell in line. And, hey, just go win titles. Now that that's not there, get out there. Let people know who these guys are. And the Spurs just haven't changed their ways in that way either.
Tyrese Halliburton comes in at 21. That's the Spur that they could have had if they chose a point guard instead of Devin Vassell.
He wouldn't have played anyway.
Had he been a Spur, he would not be on that list.
Absolutely true. Without hesitation, we know you come here, you are just a rising bit of dough that won't be removed from the oven for 3 years at minimum. We'll continue talking Spurs as they go on that mediocre run. They're 24-24. They are the bell curve right there in the middle. Coming back, let's talk with Maddie Sky of MySA. Let's get caught up on all the San Antonio happenings. We know why Tiger crashed. We'll tell you that as well right after. Hang around. You're on the Blitz, 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM, and on the go at ESPNSA.com.
It's a gorgeous week. Going to be that way all week. You're going to fire up the grill. That means you need to get into Tri-County Meat Market, 2 locations, locally owned, full service. Tri-County has carefully selected certified prime Angus beef cuts, Wagyu, upper choice, everything you need to up your grilling game.
I challenge you to walk into Tri-County Meat Market without a menu plan. I want you to go over there Friday afternoon, Saturday morning, think I'm going to grill and not have any idea what you're going to do, because the world will open up for you. Try something that you haven't done before and get the advice of a great meat purveyor like they have at a Tri-County Meat Market. Not only will you get the very best cuts of meat, but you'll get the guidance, the intuition, and the teaching on how to go home and cook it. We've all learned something new over the last year. You should do the same. If you haven't done a picanha, go over and get one, because it's the best meat you're going to cook that you've never done before. Tri-County Meat has two great locations, over on Huebner and out on Ralph Fair Road. If you want it pre-seasoned and prepared, they've got it. Stuffed chicken breast and all the shish kebabs and stuffed things that are wonderful. Or if you want a perfect cut steak or a roast, you want it done your way, that's what they do. If you're a first responder, you walk in, you know you're getting 10% off, whether you're military, fire, response, whatever it might be. Tri-County's taking care of you. Watch us or listen to us on Thursday. We give away a $50 gift card. Go get that meat, upload a picture. You could walk in holding $50 ready for your next great meat purchase. Tri-County Meat, Ralph Fair Road, Huebner, or go check out their website, tricountymeat.com.
Hey, we're both working toward a common goal. Quitting time! This is San Antonio's sports leader, 1250 ESPN San Antonio and 94.5 FM. All day, every day.
You know, talking about grilling, it is that time of year where we're all spending more time outside. Time to upgrade that backyard experience. Jason Minnick's here for BSG, the company that brings you the best in home security and smart home technology. Now, not only is my security system from BSG, but they also did my surround sound speaker system, both inside and my outside speakers. So if you're out grilling, you're in the pool, BSG can build you an outdoor waterproof stereo sound system that will blow you and your friends away. You know, we've all been there where you have to crank the music so loud. If you're in the pool, you can't have a conversation on the patio. BSG can fix that for you. They are your solution. So if you want that deep, rich sound for less, call BSG at 210-877-1222. The systems are so cool. They can even install waterproof subwoofers, TVs, and more. BSG is San Antonio's home technology company, a great local company built on trust, quality, and safety. They are the best in the industry. Call BSG 210-877-1222, 877-1222, or the website bsgtexas.com. That's bsgtexas.com.
Golfers, tee it up this year at Edwin Watts Golf Shops with the hottest new arrivals from Titleist. Introducing the new Titleist TSI family of drivers. The new TSI drivers are faster in the air, longer off the tee, and straighter down the fairway. 4 drivers give you maximum performance for any type of dedicated golfer. Swing by Edwin Watts Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, and shop us online at worldwidegolfshops.com.
Ready to start your new career? Thomas J. Henry is one of the largest legal employers in Texas, and Glassdoor named us one of the best places to work in the nation for 2020. Apply today at tjhlaw.com. That's tjhlaw.com. San Antonio, Texas.
Listen to this radio station on the radio.com app anytime, anywhere. Listen to more than 300 stations along with more than 3,000 podcasts from your home area or across the U.S., all free
with the radio.com app.
Police officers know it only takes a few seconds of someone texting and driving for things to go terribly wrong. That's why officers are increasing enforcement of texting and driving laws. So put your phone down when driving, or be prepared for the consequences. You drive, you text, you pay. Paid for by NHTSA.
Hi, I'm Brooke Burke, and I have a question for you. Do you ever consider just how important your feet are? They're quite literally the foundation of your body, and if you don't take care of them, you're asking for problems. That's why I wear Skechers' new Arch Fit shoes. Skechers teamed up with podiatrists to make a shoe that provides total foot and arch support. They use 20 years of data to design a podiatrist-certified insole that distributes support across the arch, no matter what foot type you have. Plus, Skechers Arch Fit provides extreme comfort. In fact, these just might be the most comfortable Skechers I've ever worn. Whether I'm walking or standing, they feel like a dream. Just try them on and you'll feel the instant difference. So if foot care is as important to you as it is to me, check out Skechers Arch Fit. They're podiatrist certified, they're comfortable, and they look great. Because when it comes to preserving my body, I know Skechers has my back and my feet. Get the support you need with Skechers' new Arch Fit at a Skechers store near you, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish shoes are sold.
The city has a broad wide view, so tune in.
It is the Blitz.
To bring to you.
Here on 1250 ESPN San Antonio.
We brought in Maddie's Skyline.
94.5 FM. Yep, it is Maddie's Skyline. Welcome aboard, Maddie Sky of mysa.com. He's Jason Minix. I'm Rob Thompson. She is here for our weekly. Hey, you want to go check it out live? Go to espnsa.com or go hit our YouTube channel, ESPN San Antonio. Maddie, welcome aboard. How are you today?
I'm doing good, guys. Halfway through the week.
And
halfway through your vaccination schedule, we see.
Oh, yeah. Can you see my...
Well, so you got your shot. Did you get it yesterday?
Yes, yesterday, about 25 hours, a little over 24 hours from now.
All right. Well, then you can't blame being tired or not feeling good or calling sick at this point. You're fine. You're good.
I'm so sleepy. I didn't know. People kept saying that you would feel tired, not drowsy. Tired to me means like worn out, exhausted. I'm like, my eyes are so heavy.
Do you think it's due to
the
shot?
Tired,
I think lethargic's the best way to describe
It's hit everybody a lot of different ways, Maddie. I know people like myself and Jason, and I believe James as well, didn't affect us hardly at all. But we have heard, I think there's anecdotal and if not scientific evidence, that the younger you are, it hits you a little bit harder because your immune system's a little stronger.
Oh, well, my arm is very sore. I'm learning how to be, ambidextrous, because they shot me in my right arm, my dominant arm, and it hurts. So I'm using my left arm for everything.
Yeah. And again, I think part of it, like my daughter, first shot, she was fine. Second shot, she didn't feel good after it. With my wife, first shot knocked her on her butt. Second shot did nothing. So, I mean, it hits everybody a little bit different. But glad you got it.
Glad you are among the freshly inoculated. Only one more and freedom is right around the corner. But everybody keep wearing your mask. We got a lot of stuff to do to get taken care of beforehand. And everybody, it's easy to get your shot now. You really can get appointments, it appears. Following your Twitter feed, very interesting stuff. First and foremost, let's talk Melvis. Our Hispanic Elvis is now taken over the TikTok world. He's been floating around there for a while. How did this start? How did he go viral?
It seems that somebody pulled up next to him at his perch at Las Palmas and took a TikTok video of him. And granted, most of the reactions on TikTok were from people from San Antonio, but there were a few that had never met Mexican Elvis, or Hispanic Elvis as he calls himself, before. So now hopefully this video will get more traction and more people will get to know who he is. I actually don't even know his Melvis, whatever you want to call him. He is a San Antonio gem. And if you haven't encountered him at least once, you probably have never been to the south or west sides of San Antonio.
Yeah, somebody has seen that guy somewhere along the way. So he didn't do it himself. See, when I first saw the headline, I was thinking, he's trying to go like the Ocean Spray guy and create something and go viral, right? But somebody else is causing him to go viral.
Yeah, somebody else that pulled up beside him and had the music ready, and he didn't know.
So do we have a Elvis name? Do we know who he is?
I have a friend that knows him pretty well, but we don't know his name. I don't know if it's better to not know his name and keep him as.
Well, yeah, Elvis. I want him to be like Batman. I just want, we just put out the Elvis signal, and he shows up and spreads goodwill wherever it might be.
Yeah, we put on Jailhouse Rock. He starts dancing.
Hispanic Elvis lives on here in San Antonio. You're too young to remember, but the last time we had somebody like this that is truly Puro San Antonio, Bongo Joe. For those of you who know, remember Bongo Joe on the way to Spurs games. Maddie Sky joining us. She has mysa.com, a great follow on Twitter there at Maddie Sky. So Elvis is making headlines. You are running around in sunflower fields. I saw a great picture. What's going on down at Traders Village?
Oh, that wasn't actually me. Did you think that was me?
That wasn't you? I'm scrolling through. I see a dark-haired girl standing in the middle. That's not
me. I'm going to go back
to put on the readers. Dude, I got to tell you, I'm looking at the picture again, and twice I go, are you sure? But no,
it doesn't even look like Maddie.
Well, It's
flattered.
her tweet
I'm
with a
flattered.
dark-haired girl standing in a sunflower field. I figured that was you. My apologies. But there is a sunflower field in San Antonio. What's the purpose of that?
To go take photos, to go get lost in sunflowers. Sunflowers are a big deal right now. There's a
It's
bunch
for
of
the gram,
patches.
Rob. It's all about
Yeah,
it's
for
all
the
about the
gram.
gram. I mean, Maddie's not in this picture, but she will be soon.
If I go,
No, that's
yeah.
not her. I'm looking again. No, that's not you. Could have been. Shouldn't. Probably.
It's all
Are you
her
sure?
Insta.
Look again.
I find those kind of sunflower seeds are sunflower fields. You ever been around a big sunflower stalk? They're kind of itchy. You gotta. It's not like the
I was
corn
thinking,
stalks.
yeah. Would
And
you,
I also
was
get
wondering if
creeped
I
out.
would feel sneezy. Would I feel sneezy?
Well, I get
in it?
creeped out in there, man. I need to know how to get out. I don't want the children of the
Yeah.
corn or the children of the sunflowers grabbing me. And I know how horror movies begin, and it always starts in the middle of something like this.
True.
How,
But, I
how
mean, not
often do
everybody-
you go get yourself lost in sunflowers, man?
Well, not sunflower, but
Or
you know
corn.
the
But
corn
like
maze over on the
cornfields and
west.
the corn mazes. Well, the idea
Yeah,
is
the
not
corn-
to know how to get out. You've got to figure
I
it out.
know.
That's part of the game.
I'm creeped out by it, but I've seen enough movies that when you're out in a cornfield and you can't find your way out, something's chasing you. You might not know it, but something's on your tail. And I just try
Even
to
as-
avoid that at all costs.
Even when there's like hundreds of other people around you, you're still afraid.
I don't know. It could be them. I don't know. They might be the ones after me. Matty Sky joining us
Okay.
here on ESPN San Antonio, trying to figure out
That's
where
why
the
you don't do those
sunflowers are.
things sober.
Well, if you've taken a boatload or a vehicle load of kids, no, you're not sober. You just hope that they come back in one piece as you wander around. So Easter passed. We didn't get to camp out in the mini parks, though the tradition continued. We took a year off, but everybody hit the parks again over Easter. We've been doing this for a long time, haven't we?
Yeah, since at least 1891. There's a old Texas portal of photos that date back to the beginning of time for Texas. And there was one shot in 1891 at a park that doesn't even exist anymore, Riverside Park, which I think is somewhere south of downtown near the Missions. And it shows this family dressed to the nines drinking near the river for Easter. So something
God bless
that
them. Some things never change.
Yeah. The
Puro,
caption was
puro.
really funny because it was like a small boy holding a gun and possibly drinking beer.
Some things.
It was
Yeah, exactly.
Some
Was that
things.
1891 or 1991 or last week?
yeah, 2021.
Have absolutely
So that was
maintained. How
pretty
was your
interesting.
Easter? How did you celebrate your Easter, Maddie?
It was good. We just hung out here at my house. I didn't get
Find
an
eggs?
Easter basket, which I'm still very disappointed in. No, we let that all to my nephew. He's the baby of the family, the only baby, so he gets to get all the eggs.
We transitioned. This was the first year with the Thompsons that there was not an egg hunt. Every grandchild is over 21 and just wasn't into it. Even though there was always money involved, it just didn't happen this year. I hope we bring it back. That's always been kind of a tradition. Did you hunt eggs, Chase?
No, because you kind of miss that. In fact, my neighbor Hal had texted me and said, "Can I hide eggs in your front yard?" So for his little kids, and then I went and re-hid them because they were too obvious, and of course I checked them for the money. But I re-hid a bunch of eggs. I miss doing that. It was kind of fun. But no, man, I didn't do anything. Made some ribs.
Explain to me what a puppy Rita is and why I would give one to my dog.
Because they're cute. It's a chicken. It's chicken broth over ice, and it's like a puppuccino, but Pupparita. No alcohol involved, but it supports a local dog-focused organization, and it's $2 at La Gloria, and it comes in those cute little containers with a little lime garnish. It's just chicken broth over ice.
I think the only people buying those have their dogs in a purse.
Maybe that's me. I actually have Delilah's little outfit right here.
Is that her Easter outfit?
The only people that get those have their dogs in a purse in an outfit.
So let me get this straight. So if I take my dog to La Gloria down on the Riverwalk, and I order a puppy Rita, they're happily will bring it to me and put it down on them with a decorative bowl and chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, yeah. So your dog can just enjoy some a refreshing drink. Dog day of summer.
I've never given my dog chicken broth. I hope it would react well.
Really?
Knowing your dogs, you'll get a lot out of that $2 investment.
Yeah, I think that would be coming out. I'd get a lot out of both ends, I'm afraid, if you gave my dog a burrito. So we're one vaccination in. We are now full in spring. The heat is coming. We ask you this every week, and we still don't know. We know this is a kind of a fluid situation, but as the San Antonio positivity rate has stayed very, very low, is there any rumblings about Fiesta in the summer, things being added, anything changing as we continue to get ourselves vaccinated and on the road to recovery? How's Fiesta looking?
I haven't seen anything official, but I am seeing more Fiesta medals coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that's a good sign that we're going to have at least some sense of a Fiesta. I'm definitely keeping my hopes up. I know I said a couple of months ago I don't think that it's going to happen, but considering how quickly everybody is getting vaccinated, my hopes are kind of renewed now. I know that we won't have some of these signature events, but at least we'll have a couple to go to. And I'm kind of wondering how packed these few Fiesta events will be, considering there aren't that many in the schedule now. Like, how packed will Nyosa be?
Well, if we invite a bunch of Rangers fans, it'll be packed.
Yeah, I saw that. I definitely saw that. That kind of makes me nervous. I mean, even if everybody's vaccinated, it's still, we've lived in this cocoon for a year.
With
that many people is kind of nerve-wracking.
It's strange, but there's no way everybody in that stadium on opening day was vaccinated. And while I loved seeing it, it made me nervous. I like seeing a packed stadium. Felt good at the same time, scares the hell out of you. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's very, very strange. Although, you have flown, I have flown, and you get on that plane now, and middle seats are being sold on Southwest, and it's kind of the same concept. It's nice to see. It just makes you a little nervous.
I got to go to 2 Spurs games recently. That was fun.
Did we win?
Can you hear me?
No, we didn't win. I mean, you've seen this homestand. Did they win?
Come on. Just curious which ones she had actually seen. It's always a pleasure. Catch up with Maddie Sky, mysa.com. Maddie Sky is the preeminent follow on San Antonio socials. You want to stay plugged in, Maddie Sky takes care of it. Maddie, thanks for stopping by. It's always a pleasure.
Thanks, guys.
Go get a nap and get better. You're going to feel fine. You're out there. Maddie is freshly vaccinated. When we come back, Tiger Woods was speeding, though nothing will come of it. We'll tell you exactly how fast he was going and what they believe happened in that tragic crash that broke both of Tiger's legs, though brought no charges. We're talking Tiger Woods next. You're on the Blitz, 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM, and on the go at ESPNSA.com.
April is Kamado and Pellet Grill Month at Barbecue Outfitters. For 24 years running, they've been one of the largest Big Green Egg dealers in Texas, and the only with the 3 brands in ceramic cookers, the Big Green Egg, Primo, and the incredible Kamado Joe. It's where I got my Kamado Joe Jr. there, Barbecue Outfitters. They have them right now, all amazing and at the best prices of the year. Great savings, plus free assembly, free charcoal, and free starters. Barbecue Outfitters has all their pellet grills on sale, including Traeger, Green Mountain, Yoder, and Memphis. Right now, they're offering instant in-store rebates for all qualifying products, including outdoor kitchens, Weber grills, Polywood patio furniture, and more. Store-wide savings to get your spring kicked off right in your backyard, smoking in a good way. Barbecue Outfitters is there off of 1604 at Chavano Park, right next to the Ridge Shopping Center. So go check out Kamado and Pellet Grill Month at Barbecue Outfitters at 1604 at Chavano Park, there again next to the Ridge Shopping Center.
It's time for ESPN San Antonio's Big Score. This hour's keyword is Big Red. Enter that keyword at ESPNSA.com for your chance to win $1,000. 1250 ESPN San Antonio and 94.5 FM.
When it comes to social distancing, if 6 feet is not enough with your spouse, it's probably time to change your status. Call the Divorce Dude with Polling Law PLLC. The Divorce Dude will help you get a fast, affordable, agreed divorce. But if you want to fight, the Divorce Dude will fight for you. DivorceDude.com gives you easy legal options and sticks with you every step of the way. Call George, the Divorce Dude, 210-201-0303. That's 210-201-0303 or DivorceDude.com.
Guys, stop putting your love life on hold. U.S. Pharmacy has some exciting news. If you've been wanting to try Viagra or Cialis, now's the perfect time. Call today and receive 90 little blue or little yellow pills for only $119 with free shipping. Why order some low-dose sildenafil from one of those subscription services when we can give you what you want now? Call 800-990-6271 and we'll rush your order discreetly packaged to your door. Been thinking about trying Viagra or Cialis? Call U.S. Pharmacy at 800-990-6271 for as little as only $119 for 90 pills. Need your package in a hurry? Call 800-990-6271 and ask about our express shipping option, and we'll rush your order to you as soon as possible. Save money on the little blue or yellow pill you've been wanting to try. Again, 800-990-6271 now. That's 800-990-6271.
You've waited 2 long years, but the wait is over. Diamonds Direct's spectacular spring store-wide sale is here, starting Friday at 10 a.m. The biggest sale all year with 20% savings. All earrings, bracelets, bands, pendants, thousands and thousands of engagement rings included. This is where they break all the rules. In-store or at diamondsdirect.com. Extreme savings on all designer jewelry, all diamond fashion jewelry, expanded selection, extended hours, extraordinary value. It starts Friday at 10 a.m. and open this Sunday. Only at Diamonds Direct, official jeweler of the Dallas Cowboys. At the shops at Lock Ontario.
Here's football legend Howie Long for Skechers Arch Fit shoes.
Do you like comfort? Of course you do. Everyone does. But if you've never tried Arch Fit shoes from Skechers, you're missing out on next level comfort. Saying you like comfort but not trying Arch Fit is like saying you like Italian food but you've never tried pasta. You're missing out on the number one thing. Because with Arch Fit, Skechers created a whole new kind of comfort. They teamed up with podiatrists who used over 20 years of data to create a shoe that provides total foot and arch support for all-day comfort. Arch Fit distributes support across the arch no matter what foot type you have. You don't need an arch problem to love how they feel. And you say you have a passion for comfort but haven't tried them? That's like saying you're a sports fan but have never watched football. It makes no sense. So if you're the kind of person who claims to like comfort, stop what you're doing and try a pair of Arch Fit exclusively from Skechers. Then you'll finally understand true comfort.
See all the styles of comfortable, machine-washable Arch Fit shoes now at Skechers.com.
It's the Blitz. In about 10 minutes, we're going to be joined by Kiana Williams, the pride of Wagner High, national champ with Stanford, soon-to-be WNBA draft pick, and guest right here on the Blitz. We'll have her on talking title and all that went into it. I'm excited to speak with Kiana. What a great story to be able to win it at home. But before we get there, let's talk Tiger Woods. You know, it's funny. We had Nota Begay on yesterday, one of Tiger's dearest long-term friends. Played golf with him there at Stanford. He said he's recovering well. All things are going well with his recovery, and he's thankful for all the thoughts and prayers that we all have sent him. But today we hear from the county sheriff there in Los Angeles, and we found out that the wreck was caused, at least in part, if not completely, by incredibly high speeds. That Hyundai Genesis was moving when he hit the tree.
He was traveling between 84 and 87 miles an hour on a downhill stretch of road where the speed limit is 45, according to the sheriff, Alex Villanueva. No citations offered, so he doesn't get a speeding ticket later or anything for causing the accident. They also believe that he may have hit the accelerator instead of the brake. And, we talk about he's driving a different car all the time. It's not his normal ride. Was being in a different car any kind of a factor? And at 7 a.m., I don't know, maybe.
I don't care what time of day it is. I know where the gas and the brake pedals are. It's not like just because it's a different car, they switched them.
No, but again, I mean, look, there's a reason they call things accidents, right? I mean, things aren't where they're supposed to be sometimes. And, I don't know. I mean, who knows? I mean, that's what they're telling us. They never tested him for drugs or alcohol. There was never a need for that. Excessive speed. It was a one-car accident. He's fortunate nobody else was injured in the wreck, and that he's alive right now to go through the recovery after seeing that car and the way it initially looked. I'm glad to hear Notice saying he's going by. And watching all the Masters coverage today, I'm impressed with the number of golfers who said they have gone by his house when they've been home in Florida to just go visit with him. And none of them are talking about golf with him, which I think is incredible because he's tweeting about how much it sucked to not be at the dinner last night and, or be at his favorite tournament this week. This is the week where it's going to really hurt Tiger for not being near a golf course.
I bet it hurts. I know it hurts, but at the same time, as you recover, maybe this is the best thing for him, man. Don't think golf, man. I think take this next year of rehab because the fact is we don't know whether you're ever going to play again. So we don't get to say the official goodbye, but maybe it's good that this is how it's going to be because it seemed like it was weighing on him. I mean, the pressure to win it, to match Nicklaus and do all that, maybe this will be a softer end. And so it won't feel so bad that he won't reach what we thought he was going to reach so many years ago.
Or if he actually does, how greater the story is.
Let's hope. Let's absolutely hope. But 87 miles an hour into a tree, and this is all we're worried about. Certainly blessings there. But no drug test, no alcohol test. I would like to think that that's for everybody. I would like to think that everybody who ran off the road by themselves in the middle of Los Angeles at 7 a.m. on a Sunday morning doing 87 miles an hour and found on the side of a hill also wouldn't be tested for alcohol or drugs because there wasn't any probable cause, though. My heart and soul tells me that's not the case.
You're right. I mean, I'm surprised they didn't. I'm surprised that's just not standard operating procedure.
We heard earlier today, confirmed by sources at The Athletic, that DeMar DeRozan will test the free agency market. We're going to look at what the Spurs' options are and where his options are. The Deshaun Watson story is getting financially difficult for him. He's beginning to lose sponsors. One local has backed out as well. We'll look there. And don't forget, we're cooking today. Mark Singleton of Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds joins us. And this recipe involves cream cheese, bacon, and pork rinds. Yeah, it's going to be good. You want to make sure you're hanging around and got a device that you can actually watch us cook, and that'll be at 6 o'clock. Mark Singleton will join us then. We got so much to talk about in so little time. We better go get it paid for. We'll be right back with Kiana Williams, national champ, right here on the Blitz.
Jason Minix here for my friends over at Alamo Water Softeners. They are the best value for the highest quality water treatment here in San Antonio. When you call and work with Alamo Water Softeners, you're working with a great locally owned family-run business by the Townsends. Now, after the freeze, a lot of people still asking questions about their water and having a water softener. Do you need a filtration system? And actually, Alamo Water Softeners recommends both because water softeners they do take the hardness and minerals out of your water, but there are some chemicals and contaminants that it can't remove. A filtration system will. What I recommend you do is call Alamo Water Softeners. They'll come out to your house, and they're going to test your water. They'll give you that free water analysis, that free estimate, and get you set up with a water softener that fits the needs of your household. They're fantastic at it, and when you get an Alamo Water Softener that you're instantly going to notice the difference on your dishes come out of the dishwasher. You'll feel the difference on your skin and hair as you get out of the shower, your clothes coming out of the washing machine. Heck, you'll save money because it will extend the life of your appliances that have water running through them. They're great at what they do. In fact, on the Nextdoor app, Alamo Water Softeners was voted a 2020 neighborhood favorite. Discover the Alamo Water Softeners difference. Go to their website, alamowatersofteners.com. That's alamowatersofteners.com.
ESPN San Antonio is your home for the Texas Rangers. Every pitch.
It's a called third strike, throw to second, out at second base.
Every run.
Yet another Joey Gallo home run.
Every game.
Swinging a ball, driven to left center field. That sends Jones back at the track, looking up. That ball out of here!
Is right here. Brought to you by New Brakes Mobile Brake Repair and powered by GPS of Texas. GPSoftexas.com. 1250 ESPN San Antonio and 94.5 FM.
You can talk keto all you want, but if you don't have a team of great tasting snacks behind you, you're not going to win the diet marathon. Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds have these big, bold flavors that kick your taste buds into high gear. Korean kimchi barbecue, pasilla chili cheese, spicy dill, and more. Eat them right out of the bag or try them in your favorite recipes. You'll love this snack. Visit your local H-E-B and SouthernRecipeSmallBatch.com to see the power of the rind.
Golfers, tee it up this year at Edwin Watts Golf Shops with the hottest new arrivals from Titleist. Introducing the new Titleist TSI family of drivers. The new TSI drivers are faster in the air, longer off the tee, and straighter down the fairway. 4 drivers give you maximum performance for any type of dedicated golfer. Swing by Edwin Watts Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, and shop us online at worldwidegolfshops.com.
Receive a $5 rebate by trading up a non-contact thermometer toward an Exergen temporal scanner purchased at any retailer. Fever is a leading symptom of COVID, and using an accurate thermometer has never been more critical. In published studies, no-touch thermometers miss more fevers than they detect. While the new COVID vaccines are becoming more widely available, it is important to make sure you are protected. Monitor for fever with an accurate thermometer backed by more than 80 published peer-reviewed clinical studies. Details at Exergen.com, where accuracy matters.
Cleanliness and safety are essential to the success of any business. That's why Cintas has introduced our Total Clean program, a one-of-a-kind service that includes scheduled deliveries of essential cleaning supplies, hygienically cleaned uniforms, and on-site sanitizer and disinfectant services to help eliminate germs. Learn what the Cintas Total Clean program can do for you. Oh, I'm ready! Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Hey, we get it. You don't want to be hearing a Progressive commercial right now, so let us tell you something you do want to hear. No one is funnier than you. People laugh just thinking about the things you've said. I'm laughing at one of them right now. Coworkers repeat your jokes at the office, but they're never as good as when you tell them, and shame on them for trying. There. Don't you feel better? You'll also feel better knowing you could save when you bundle home and auto with Progressive. Although I'm sure you'd have a funnier way to say that. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
1250 ESPN San Antonio and 94.5 FM. Online at ESPNSA.com. All day, every day. KZDC San Antonio. Jason Minutes. Rob Thompson. The Blitz.
It is the Blitz here on 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM on the go at ESPNSA.com. If you're on the go, slow down and listen up. Go to ESPNSA.com to catch up on all things Blitz. I'm so excited about this, Jason. What a phenomenal week San Antonio had as we hosted the Women's Final Four. And when we got this and we knew that it was coming, who would have thought that we would have seen a national champion led by San Antonio's own Kiana Williams? We'd like to welcome on this national champion, the pride of Wagner High here on the Blitz. Kiana, welcome aboard. First of all, congratulations. Job well done.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
I appreciate you taking the time, Kiana. And, you know, you win the championship on Sunday. You've declared for the WNBA draft. We'll get into that in a moment. But it's now Wednesday. It's 5 o'clock. What have the last couple of days been like for you here on Cloud 9?
Oh, it's been like the best time of my life. Just all the support I've been receiving, you know, just trying to respond to all the text messages, emails, you know, people DMing me on social media. Just everyone's support. I'm just so thankful for it. I've been having a whole lot of interviews, been talking with my agent, talked to a few WNBA coaches already. So it's just been exciting. I'm just so blessed to be in this position.
Kiana Williams joining us here on ESPN San Antonio. National championship with Stanford. Let's talk about your season. Now, you came into this year, everybody knew who you were. You've been on, you know, Pan Am teams. You've won accolades and all of that. When you walked into your first practice back in October, when you first arrived up there in Northern California, we all think we have the talent to be a national champion earlier in the season. When did you truly start to believe that this could actually happen?
But believe it or not, it was right when we first got back. So I'll tell you a quick story. We actually got in trouble for doing this. So when we got back to Stanford, like middle of September, we had a 5-day quarantine. And, you know, we were just, you know, sitting around anxious. And one of my teammates said that there was a gym we could go play pickup at. And, I mean, you know we weren't supposed to go, but we're like, it's just us. We had already tested negative. Everyone was negative. So we drive like 30 minutes away from campus to this off-campus gym, and we're in there. We're playing pickup, and I just take a moment and like, wow, this team is really good. Unfortunately, when we got back to campus, the coaches found out and people found out, and we got in trouble. But I feel like it was worth it. That's how anxious and bad we wanted to play basketball. We broke protocol. We weren't supposed to do that. But that's when I knew, just how locked in everyone was in and how fun people were having. Just in that first pickup game, it was our first time in 6 months, everybody together. And it was like we didn't miss a beat.
Kiana, and again, to get in trouble for sneaking off to play basketball. I've got a daughter who's in college now. Rob's got a son who's in college now. I can't imagine what a college athlete went through this year with all the protocols. Can you take us into what it was like day to day to be a college athlete in this COVID year versus, say, maybe the freedoms you had in your freshman and sophomore, junior years?
Absolutely. It wasn't easy at all. And I just give credit to my teammates and every single college athlete that played a season during this pandemic. So just for like a day-to-day routine, Stanford was extremely strict. There were times that we got tested twice, even 3 times a day. I'd say on average we got tested about 7 or 8 times a week. Even when we had off days, we still had to go in and get tested. Obviously classes were online, so we weren't able to, bike down to the quad and enjoy being at Stanford, enjoy, being outside in the sun. So, we were just pretty much locked in our rooms. The only reasons we could leave our rooms were for practice, lifting, to go get food, which food was grab and go. You had to eat in your room. So it was a very, very much isolated and challenging at times, but I really had my teammates to lean on, and I know they leaned on me. And then, fast forward a little bit to December, Santa Clara County went into, I think, the purple color, which is the worst color to be in. So, they didn't allow any contact sports. So even though the San Francisco 49ers, they couldn't, play at their arena. Men's and women's basketball couldn't play in our home facility at Maples. So we were on the road for 2 months, about 10 weeks. And it was really challenging, but I think us going through that adversity really helped us here in the tournament here in San Antonio.
I believe it did, as you cut the nets and held the trophy. Kiana Williams, national champion, joining us here on ESPN San Antonio. So the journey from San Antonio to Stanford, in year one of a variety of girls from San Antonio have really struck well in high D1 basketball. What is it about San Antonio and the high school climate for girls basketball that is making so many young ladies and women successful across the country?
Oh, San Antonio girls basketball is for sure growing, and much of that credit goes to my AAU coach, Ray Caldwell, with San Antonio's finest. He's brought so much attention, and he's really put girls basketball on the map here in San Antonio. So extremely thankful for him in his program. Like you said, we have a lot of people in college right now, but the people he has playing under him now, San Antonio is going to be in great shape over the next 10 years for sure.
Well, and again, I mean, obviously you winning a national championship and the fact that it came to San Antonio, and obviously a lot of stories about you and your family hosting, with Stanford being the 1 overall seed. You expected to be here for a couple of weeks and make it to that championship game, and you know how hard it is to be the expected and then actually pull it off. But what was it like being in San Antonio, yet still somewhat quarantined from your family? And I saw one of the news stories where your parents, your dad, barbecuing for everybody on the team, hosting all these different parties, but you were still kind of locked away, even though you were in your hometown.
Yeah, it was challenging, just, seeing my family and friends in the stands, and, you just want to, jump the fence and go hug everyone. I felt like a tourist, when we went down, we were able to go down on the Riverwalk and ride on the boats. And I hadn't done that since I was a little girl, like 8 or 7. So I for sure felt like a tourist, but it was nice being home. And I still remember, when we stepped off the plane, the humidity and the heat slapped me in the face. And I was actually wearing a Letterman jacket. And I'm like, I should have known better. I should have known it was going to be hot.
You get up to those cooler climates up there in the Bay Area, you come home, you should know that humidity is going to hit you in the face. Welcome home, Kiana, national champion here with Stanford. So the news breaks that you're going to go pro, and obviously you've got every bit of the bona fides to do that. What were you going pro regardless of whether you won a title? I mean, this was happening, right?
I can't say regardless. Obviously winning it helped my decision a lot. I just really talked with my family, my dad and my brother, and they really, we made a list of pros and cons. And I think just the fact that, we won it all, I feel like I accomplished everything I wanted to at Stanford. I graduated and I won a natty. So it's like, I don't think there was anything for me to go back to accomplish.
Hold on. You've already graduated?
Yes, I'm done. Thankfully, graduated a quarter early. Shout out to my advisor. She's the best. She's really helped me out. It seemed like forever, when you're a freshman, and, you look at the long list of classes you have to take, but, quarter by quarter, day by day, I got it done.
I just think, again, to be a student athlete and then to graduate essentially early, and it was at Stanford, so we know those weren't easy classes. Congratulations on that. I think that's maybe a little bit more exciting than cutting down the nets. But my goodness, I thought you were still finishing up that senior year.
No, yeah, I'm here. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm here at home. Just trying to, balance between resting and recovering and, still trying to get ready to make a WNBA team. So, yeah, it's all basketball right now.
Do you foresee yourselves playing overseas as well?
I think so. I feel like at least while I'm young, I'm not sure how long I want to play, but for sure while I'm younger, I think going overseas is smarter than waiting. So I think I'm for sure going to go overseas.
Kiana Williams joining us here on ESPN San Antonio, national champion, cut down the nets in front of her home crowd. We couldn't run out and hug you, but we were all behind you. We're so excited for what you've done. I want you to talk a little bit about your journey through Stanford and talk about Coach Vanderveer and what she meant to you and what you learned from what is one of the one of the preeminent coaches in the history of basketball, not just ladies.
Tara, she's my favorite person. If I had to choose Stanford, I'd choose them 10 times out of 10. She's just so intelligent, and she's been coaching for 30 plus years, so there's not many situations that she hasn't been in. Obviously, she told us, she joked with us, she's never coached during a pandemic, so you have to check that off the list. But she's just so intelligent, and she cares about us as people, and that's what's really most important. She loves us for our basketball talent, but she loves us even more because of the people. And she recruits really good people. We're a great group that mesh together, and we genuinely loved each other. And I think, being on the road, that bond grew a lot stronger. So I'm just extremely thankful to Coach Tara and, the entire Stanford program for welcoming me and, giving me the opportunity to go to such a prestigious institution.
I think they're happy to have you.
Yeah. Well, I go back to signing day. Wagner High School, you're signing with Stanford. And, I if I remember correctly, you were asked why Stanford, and your response was, why not? Clearly, everything lived up to your expectations.
Absolutely. I remember saying that, a lot of people were asking me, why not stay in Texas or, why not, go up the street to Austin or Baylor? I just wanted to be different. Ever since I was a little girl, I always said I wanted to go to college outside of Texas. I wanted to go see something different and experience, a new culture. And I'm just extremely excited that everything worked out and thankful everything worked out. And like I said, I'm just blessed to be in this position.
There you have it. Our national champion from here in San Antonio, Wagner High's pride, Kiana Williams, joining us. Will you come back and talk with us after you get drafted?
Oh, absolutely. I would love to.
Well, we're excited to have you back. Congratulations. Drink this in. Well-earned and just an extraordinary story. Kiana Williams right here on the Blitz, our national champion there with Stanford. Take care of yourself. Stay healthy. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I am just so proud and excited for that. There are very few opportunities to meet someone who has transcended and not only done great for themselves, but for everybody around them. And she's one of them.
All of it. And again, I can't underscore enough. It's Stanford, and you graduated early. You don't, you and I have kids in college. You realize how difficult that is.
Yeah, Stanford's a liberal arts school. If you're down for that,
Andrew
it's a
Luck
safety
graduated early from Stanford too.
A lot of people have Stanford as a safety school. The Castros, they squeaked in there. There's a couple of people that managed to get into an institution like that. So, yeah, and, it's good for some. Are you kidding me? Graduating early from Stanford while winning a national championship and being on Team USA, not to mention all the all-conference. Her list is extraordinary, and it goes to what she learned from her parents, from her AAU, from her high school coaches all the way through. You don't do that alone, and it's obvious by her attitude. She realizes that. Just a great, great story.
And one of the great things about Kiana, and I hope this doesn't change as she becomes a professional and playing overseas, the amount of times that she's here and giving back to the local basketball community and being the role model for all the other basketball players in our community, that yes, this can be you. I think she carries that with her and understands that responsibility she has to the city. We see that with a lot of the other pros from San Antonio that do that. And I always appreciate seeing that.
Coming back, let's talk Cowboys. What happens if a great tight end falls in their lap? Will they take him? And also, what the heck is San Francisco doing at 3 and Atlanta doing at 4? And how does it affect the Cowboys? Talking draft with the NFL next. You're on the Blitz, 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM, and on the go at ESPNSA.com. Tonight, starting in about an hour, bike night's going off at Alamo Cycleplex. Grab the fam and head on out. We got live music going on over there. We've got a wheelie show, food, drink, and all the great power sports equipment under one roof. 7 different brands at Alamo Cycleplex. The weather's warming up. The summer is in front of us, and no better way to keep you and your family entertained than have a great power sport toy in front of you. You walk in, you're looking for a motorcycle and all the guidance you need in the different brands. Certainly you're going to get that at Alamo Cycleplex. You're looking for a 4-wheeler of some sort. They've got that as well. You want the slingshot or the Vanderhall and everything that goes along with the fun of a power sport vehicle. You get the service, you get the help, you get the guidance at Alamo Cycleplex. Bring the family, head over and have some fun at the parking lot tonight. The wheelie exhibition will be going on, live food, live all kinds of stuff. I'll be out there. I'm driving around a brand new Honda. It's called a Metropolitan. It's a scooter. It is perfect for urban fun, and let me tell you, it is awesome. Lots of videos to follow. Head over to Alamo Cycleplex. Enjoy bike night with me. Get a cold beer and walk around and enjoy all those great power sports under one roof. 7 different brands. Alamo Cycleplex. They're on De Zavala and I-10, just a little bit south of De Zavala, up on the top of the hill on the eastern edge. Or the western edge, of I-10. Head over there. Bike night gets going at 6. It'll be going all evening long. I'll come out there. I might have some Rangers tickets for you if you come and find me. That's right. Bike night out at Alamo Cycleplex. Bring the fam. Your summer's starting, and the fun starts, and the ride starts at Alamo Cycleplex.
Sundays are for the grill. The Sunday Sports Grill, 11 in the morning to 1. Chop it up and grill with former and current Rock the Mic champs Michael Jimenez and Quinn Hudson. The Sunday Sports Grill, 11 to 1 every Sunday.
When it comes to social distancing, if 6 feet is not enough with your spouse, it's probably time to change your status. Call the Divorce Dude with Polling Law PLLC. The Divorce Dude will help you get a fast, affordable, agreed divorce. But if you want to fight, the Divorce Dude will fight for you. DivorceDude.com gives you easy legal options and sticks with you every step of the way. Call George, the Divorce Dude, 210-201-0303. That's 210-201-0303 or DivorceDude.com.
Guys, stop what you're doing. Give me a few seconds of your time and let me give you a piece of advice that will change your love life forever. Have you noticed you've been losing a little pep in your step? Has your lady friend asked you, is everything okay? Do you find yourself having trouble rising for the occasion? Do you stress out before that special moment and wonder, is it gonna work? Guys, I'm going to let you in on a big secret. You don't ever have to worry again. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula has you covered. Mojo is the 100% guaranteed male enhancement formula that guarantees lasting success, if you know what I mean. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula is safe, natural, and effective every single time, guaranteed. Mojo is available in a fast-acting spray and a quick-action capsule. Do yourself and her a favor and call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today. They'll get you set up for success. Call 210-494-2210. That number again is 210-494-2210. Mojo Male Enhancement, only available at Pure Line Nutrition.
Receive a $5 rebate by trading up any non-contact thermometer toward an Exergen temporal scanner purchased at any retailer. With COVID continuing to spread, nothing matters more than having an accurate thermometer that's backed by more than 80 published peer-reviewed clinical studies, like the Exergen temporal scanner. Even after getting the COVID vaccine, you should be monitoring for fever to make sure you are protected. Keep your family and yourself safe by trading up your non-contact thermometer for an accurate temporal scanner and a $5 rebate from Exergen, where accuracy matters. Details at Exergen.com.
You've waited 2 long years, but the wait is over. Diamonds Direct's spectacular spring store-wide sale is here, starting Friday at 10 a.m. The biggest sale all year with 20% savings. All earrings, bracelets, bands, pendants, thousands and thousands of engagement rings included. This is where they break all the rules. In-store or at diamondsdirect.com. Extreme savings on all designer jewelry, all diamond fashion jewelry, expanded selection, extended hours, extraordinary value. It starts Friday at 10 a.m. and open this Sunday. Only at Diamonds Direct, official jeweler of the Dallas Cowboys. At the shops at La Cantera.
Here's the good news. Even with high unemployment, there's still a need for hundreds of thousands of cybersecurity professionals in the U.S. right now. And My Computer Career is training people to help meet the demand. No IT experience? No problem. Take the free career evaluation today at mycomputercareer.edu. Start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. Grants covering up to 53% of the cost are available to those who qualify. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Wow, look at the talent here tonight. What's up, Shameless? Oh, hey, 90 Day Fiancé. Grey's Anatomy, I see you. Futurama, looking good. Blackish, come here. Solar Opposites, looking fire. The Handmaid's Tale, Shrill. What's up, Palm Springs?
Don't be weird about it. With everything you love, the choice is easy. Time to have Hulu.
It's the Blitz. Welcome aboard. He's Jason Minix. I'm Rob Thompson. Don't mind the brake lights. We'll get you all the way home. Go until 7 tonight. Spurs tip a little bit later tonight, 8 o'clock. Denver Nuggets on the road. Finally, we kicked them out of town. 9 games of fruitless exhibitions of tiredness and losses. They go off to Denver, get a gentleman's back-to-back. Take Denver tonight. We'll talk about it at 6:30 with Jill Jelnick. Mark Singleton will be here at 6. Cooking with Southern Recipe for small batch pork rinds. But let's talk NFL draft. We're 22 days away. It's almost there. The draft is nearly upon us. The signposts have said that the Cowboys continue to effort. But let's look around the rest of the league real quick. So San Francisco has traded up to the number 3 slot, with the expectation is they're chasing a quarterback, though they haven't really intimated. We know at number 4, Atlanta sits with a Matty Ice who's locked up at least for the next year, though a quarterback might be appropriate for them. How do their actions, both San Francisco and Atlanta, affect the Cowboys down there at 10?
Honestly, I don't know that it does. If the guys that are in that top 5-6 range, you look at a Sewell out of Oregon or even a Kyle Pitts, they're expected to be gone. Although if both the Niners and the Falcons take quarterbacks, which is likely, and a lot of the other mocks have a lot of wide receivers going right before the Cowboys pick at 10. If a Sewell or a Pitts drops to number 10, it's there. I don't see the Cowboys moving up. I know there's some stories and spaghetti against the wall that maybe they could, blah, blah, blah. I just don't see that happening. I don't think Kyle Pitts is going to be there at number 10 regardless, but if he is, you take him. Yes, I know they need help on the defense.
You don't.
Yeah,
You
do.
Don't.
I've been saying forever, take an offensive lineman, but if Kyle Pitts is available at 10, you take him.
We did that last year. We can't do it every year.
Yeah, well, you take best player available, Rob. They fixed the defense by firing that Nolan guy. Dan Quinn is no, I can't even say that with a straight face. But I mean, you look at it. If Kyle Pitts is available at 10, you do not pass up. Now, if Kyle Pitts is available at 10 and you're going, well, Rob says we can't do that. We did that last year. Then you trade because people will be offering you lots for that number 10 pick to go get Kyle Pitts, or you just add yourself a Kyle Pitts. And if you add a Kyle Pitts, next year it's very easy to get out of Amari Cooper's deal, and you're still going to have this incredible offense. They signed a tight end today named Sprinkles, who's a blocker. I don't know if you're going to be a blocker named Sprinkles. You went from the Belldozer to Sprinkles, but they signed a tight end named Sprinkles who can be a blocker. Why? Because you're going to draft a pass-catching tight end named Kyle Pitts.
Well, I don't think the decision will ever have to be made because I do think Atlanta's sitting there at 4. It certainly does feel like the right pick. But if they pass on him, I'm not sure where he goes. And I think every team in that top 10 has to have that internal argument. A tight end is, in many minds, a luxury, unless, of course, you're a really good team and you realize how important it is. But at some point, if you are Jerry, and I know Jerry likes the flash, and I know he loves some Kyle Pitts, just like he loves CeeDee Lamb, points and all that, yes. But keep in mind that there's other things you need. At some point, you can't spend on luxuries. You only need so many Porsches. You got to get a pickup. But go get yourself a functional minivan, something that'll last for a while.
You don't get a minivan at number 10. That's what the third round is for. You get the family wagon in the 6th round. I mean, and to your point, if Atlanta does take a quarterback, and I could see them taking a quarterback because they're at number 4 and they hope to not have to pick at number 4. And while Matt Ryan is under contract and they did some things to where it doesn't make financial sense to move on from Matt Ryan, you can draft a quarterback and have him sit behind Matt Ryan for a year or two, like Patrick Mahomes sat behind Alex Smith, or how the kid who is sitting behind Aaron Rodgers right now. You can get quarterback of the future and already have it because your hope is you're not picking in the top 5 again anytime soon. But if Kyle Pitts isn't taken by Atlanta, Cincinnati, do they go Jamar Chase? Do they go Sewell? Or would they take a Kyle Pitts? Miami, every mock draft has them taking one of the 50 receivers coming out of Alabama. Well, maybe they would take a Kyle Pitts. I think it's fun to talk about. Detroit, are they going to get an Alabama wide receiver, or are they going to take Kyle Pitts? I just don't see him being there at 10. But if he is, you take him. If Waddle is there at 10, you move on. You've got CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, there's a wealth. Keep in mind, when we had everybody healthy on that offense, they were still just 1-4. Now, it might be just be a coach.
Because of the offensive line. I mean, you had no Tyron Smith and Leal Collins all year.
Yes, that's my point. And if you have the opportunity to get another offensive lineman, maybe not the Penei Sewell, the generational, but the kid out of Northwestern, it's hard to pass. If you have the opportunity to get yourself a cornerback, no matter which one you like, Horn or Surtain, or maybe you're willing to go back for the kid out of Virginia that's dealing with the back issue, maybe that's there. But the one thing that they don't need is another offensive cog. It just doesn't feel, I know it's the right move as far as the best player available, but at some point, do you think a level head would go, don't you think we might need an offensive lineman? Or maybe we should go ahead and get that cornerback to kind of slow them down. Or maybe a linebacker would be in the offing if they don't pick up another, maybe a star from Seattle in the meantime. It's just such a frightening proposition.
At number 10, I do think Rashawn Slater from Northwestern will still be there. Tackle, you take him. Christian Darrisaw, you might be able to trade down a couple of picks and still get him, but he is a first-round offensive lineman. Sewell is clearly generational. I think in McShay's latest mock draft, he was at number 13. He won't get by Dallas unless, of course, Kyle Pitts is available. Kyle Pitts is graded as the second best player in this draft behind Trevor Lawrence. So if he's available to you at 10, that means a whole bunch of other people missed out, right?
Maybe. I mean, we did this last year, and CeeDee Lamb, by every measure, was as good as you could have hoped given the situation that he was in. But it didn't improve output. It didn't. We didn't get the measurable difference in offense.
Ben DiNucci trying to throw a football for the Cowboys last year, and Andy Dalton again. You're setting yourself up for the future because a lot of talk right now about those 3 wide receivers that the Cowboys have. In all seriousness, Amari Cooper's contract is what it is. Michael Gallup is going to get paid, and you've got a few years with CeeDee Lamb on a rookie deal. We're not sure what we've got with Blake Jarwin. He got hurt too early last year, but Kyle Pitts better than all of them. So if you get a Kyle Pitts, that makes Michael Gallup either tradable or you sign him and you do something with Amari Cooper. It's not like you're going to have all of them, but it sure does give you a lot of options, and it gives you a CeeDee Lamb and a Kyle Pitts on rookie deals because you're paying Dak Prescott. Can you pay Dak Prescott, Michael Gallup, and Amari Cooper? No.
I completely agree, and it's a pretty shiny toy. It's hard to pass up because.
And look, we'll joke about Jerry, who's going to contain Jerry. I don't know who would contain Will McClay or Stephen Jones if Kyle Pitts is there at 10. It would be Mike McCarthy doing somersaults in the sand in a Speedo excitement level if he was available at number 10. There would be nobody in the room saying, "Boys, this isn't a good idea. Let's take a left tackle."
Another reason for him to do cartwheels in the sand is enough for me. Hey, let's talk Spurs. They're taking on the Nuggets tonight. We'll get you ready for game night San Antonio at 6:30 with Jill Jelnick. But in the meantime, news from DeMar. What does it affect the Spurs as we complete this season as they wind it down? We're talking Spurs next. Hang around. You're on 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM, and on the go at ESPNSA.com. It is Wednesday afternoon at 5:30. A lot of y'all heading home, getting ready to eat. And if food is more than just energy for you, if food has become an issue, if you're living life overweight and you're dealing with all the things that go along with it being obese, I want you to call my friend Dr. Jacob Torres over at the Institute for Functional Health, the IFH. It is an organization I got to know a little over a year and a half ago, and I got to go know Dr. Torres. And I want to stress the title, the name of their company, Functional Health. For so many years, getting healthy was a matter of going to a doctor, having something prescribed that masks the symptom and really doesn't heal you. And while it takes care of the problem, you don't feel a whole lot better. And isn't that the key? You meet Dr. Torres and all the great staff down at the Institute, and you will find out first and foremost that their only goal is for you to feel better and to be healthy at the same time, not one without the other. And if you're blaming some of this just for being old, like the general malaise from not getting enough sleep, the numbers being high, whether you're hypertensive or diabetic or all those going together, losing weight can certainly help that, but more importantly, losing weight can keep you healthy for a long time. Not like a diet, not some kind of short-term change to drop some weight and then yo-yo back with more. Talking about a permanent life change that you will see immediate effects from. See, what the IFF does is the Institute for Functional Health, they will put into account everything that is about you, your biology, your history. All of that comes into play for a program put together only for you. You get the guidance, you get the cheering, you get all that goes on. The life coach, a health coach like Dr. Torres and all those great folks. I started at 300. I'm down now right around 240, down nearly 60 pounds a year and a half later, and I'm keeping it off. That's the key. And I want you to call Dr. Torres and find out. The number is 210-468-1891. Check out the website, the Institute for Functional Health.com, health.com. Take the test, the functional health test. Give Dr. Torres a call. Get yourself on a weight loss journey that will truly change your life, not just for the short term, but from here on out. Change your life, you'll feel better. I know when you call the Institute and meet with Dr. Torres, you'll find out what I know, get on that journey, and before you know it, you'll be looking fashionable in skinnier clothes. Call the IFF today, meet Dr. Torres, and I'm sure you'll thank me later.
Game Nights The Blitz focuses on your silver and black in depth for 30 minutes. Game Night San Antonio, brought to you by the Mellow Mushroom.
This is Matt Bonner.
Spend your game nights with us. 1250 ESPN San Antonio and 94.5 FM.
It's the time of year where we will all be spending more time outside. Time to upgrade your backyard experience. Jason Minix here for BSG, the company that brings you the best in home security and smart home technology. Not only is my security system from BSG, BSG also did my surround sound speaker system inside and my outdoor speakers. If you're out grilling or in the pool, BSG can build you an outdoor waterproof stereo sound system that will blow you and your friends away. We've all been there. Crank the music so loud to hear it at the pool. pool, you can't have a conversation on the patio? Well, BSG is your solution. If you want to get that deep, rich sound for less, call BSG at 210-877-1222 or visit them online at bsgtexas.com. Their systems are so cool. They can even install waterproof subwoofers, TVs, and more. BSG is San Antonio's home technology company, a great local company built on trust, quality, and safety, the best in the industry. 210-877-1222 or go to bsgtexas.com.
Hey folks, Bob with Barbecue Outfitters, and April is Ceramic and Pellet Grill Month at our stores. For 24 years running, we've been one of the largest Big Green Egg dealers in Texas, and the only with the 3 best brands in ceramic cookers, the Big Green Egg, Primo Grills, and the incredible Kamado Joe. All amazing and now at the best prices of the year. Great savings plus free assembly, free charcoal, and free starters. Barbecue Outfitters has all our pellet grills on sale, including Traeger, Green Mountain, Yoder, and Memphis. And as a bonus, we're offering our instant in-store rebates for all qualifying products, including outdoor kitchens, Weber grills, Hollywood patio furniture, and much more. Store-wide savings to get your spring kicked off right and your backyard smoking in a good way. Barbecue Outfitters in Austin on 620, a quarter mile south of 2222, and in San Antonio on 1604 at Chavano Park next to the Ridge Shopping Center. Check out barbecueoutfitters.com and come check out Ceramic and Pellet Grill Month at our stores.
If you're thinking about a compact tractor and you want the best, you can afford a Kubota. Hi, I'm John Ewald with Ewald Kubota. Come into one of our 10 locations and check out the Kubota L2501 tractor package deal, which includes a 4-wheel drive tractor with a hydrostatic transmission, a front loader, a rear mower, a box blade, and a trailer, all for one low price. With a deal this good, you can afford a Kubota from Ewald Kubota. Check out our package deals at ewaldkubota.com.
This is Renee.
Happy to be here.
She's not some influencer. She's more of a groundbreaker, turning her 4-acre lot into a little slice of heaven behind the wheel of a John Deere 1 Series tractor. Renee runs with us because the most important job is the next one.
That's all I got.
Nothing runs like a Deere. Get a 1 Series tractor for just $99 per month at your John Deere dealer today. For additional cost information, please call toll-free 855-633-2315.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Time for an oil change? We've got a great deal that can help you get it done. Right now, you can get 5 quarts of Pennzoil Platinum, full synthetic motor oil, and an STP extended life oil filter for just $31.99. And you can get it all fast, your way. Just order online with our free same-day store pickup or next-day delivery. Getting your job done just got easier. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
It's the Blitz. ESPN San Antonio is your home for Rangers baseball. It's always brought to you by New Brakes Mobile Brake Repair, powered by GPS of Texas. The Rangers jump out with 2 early. Hang on tight. Take down the Blue Jays 2-1. They're 3-3 on the year, and maybe they'll bring that ERA way down after that first couple of games. We'll get them going again tomorrow night at 6:30 as the Rangers take on the Padres right here on ESPN San Antonio. We're going to be cooking with Mark Singleton here at 6 o'clock. You want to make sure you're in front of a device. It is a recipe that involves bacon, cream cheese, and pork rinds, to say just a few. I highly recommend you get ready for that. It's one of those centerpiece kind of things. One of those, when you have a party, you put that out there and everybody scoops it up and eats deliciousness. And Mark Singleton will join us for another Beard Award-winning chef recipe. There it was, Jason. Well, we found out as we sit right now that DeMar DeRozan is going to test the free agent waters. No shock. We're not surprised. But I get the feeling if he goes and starts looking, he ain't coming back.
It depends on where. You think about places that have the money. New York. He's been on a non-winning franchise in San Antonio. So, I mean, going to New York would just be a better city to live in, I suppose. Miami, better city to live in. So if he's got offers there, I think he'd be gone. Somewhere on the West Coast, depending on where. If it's between San Antonio and Sacramento, I would hope he would come home to San Antonio. But you're right. It does seem like the Spurs tried to get something done at the deadline. It didn't. And according to The Athletic today, somebody with knowledge of DeRose's situation tells them he'll be taking a wide open approach to free agency.
What exactly does that mean, a wide open approach? I'm open to any offer anywhere at any time. Just make sure it's $1 more than the other offer, and I'm coming your direction. Or is it I'm wide open if I'm chasing a title? Do you see him falling into that LaMarcus realm of, well, I'll take just about anything to get a ring? Or do you see him going and getting paid and hoping things work out in the short or long term?
He is 31 years old, so he's got plenty of time left to go chase a ring after this next contract is over. Whether it's 3 or 4 years, at around 30, 33, something like that, I could see him getting a deal that's going to be tickling the $100 million mark.
The good news is, with his imminent exit, or at least imminent search, we've already excised that LaMarcus contract. She'll be gone. We're going to redo the DeMar contract, whatever that might be. That's some $58 million right there. Then we also look at the other restricted, non-restricted free agents that the Spurs are dealing with, and that's Rudy Gay, Trey Lyles, Patty Mills. If everybody was to leave, Spurs will be sitting with nearly $100 million. Like by my math, $78 million to go spend in the free agent market. They have as much or more than anybody in the NBA. The sad news is this is kind of a down year for free agents. The first and foremost is a guy I'm not even going to bring up, and even if he begged, I wouldn't invite him back. Well, I would. I'd let
Actually, if that dude wanted to come back here and his uncle said go back there, we would all welcome
I have
him
amnesia.
back.
And I'd bring him back and wonder what happened over the last 4 years. But until then, which I don't think it'll happen, DeMar is literally considered, other than Kawhi, who isn't going anywhere from the Clippers, the best free agent out there. So the Spurs are in a kind of small company. There's not a lot of teams with a lot of money because other teams planned better than the Spurs and made sure they had lots of money available when the stars were available. We just made sure we had money available. And there's not a lot of stars out there. So DeMar and Kawhi lead the pack, though there are some that I do believe could genuinely help the Spurs. And those that are fighting for them is kind of slim as well. It's the Spurs and the Knicks and Oklahoma City, primarily with the most money to spend. That's good news, I suppose.
And again, Oklahoma City, San Antonio. I mean, we know the Thunder have a ton of picks. I mean, they got more picks than players.
22,
actually.
yeah.
But when you look at it, it's part of me, and I think as Spurs fans, we do need to reshape our thinking a little bit because free agents don't come here, But for 20 years, there wasn't a whole lot of money to go attract free agents. You remember, the helicopters flying over when Jason Kidd was visiting in the early 2000s and, you were able to get LaMarcus Aldridge, and you've gotten other guys that have shown up, but not the big money free agent, but we haven't needed that for so long. So it is easy for us, and I'm guilty of this, of saying, doesn't matter how much money we have, we can't get free agents to come here. DeMar DeRozan didn't come here on his own. He was forced here. Came here probably with a bit of a negative attitude, but more mad at Toronto for lying to him than what was happening in San Antonio. But, as an LA guy, has he found and felt at home here? And those are questions that we don't have answers to from DeMar. By all accounts, he loves his team. He loves his teammates. He loves his coach. But is that enough to get him to stay? If the money is equal, maybe so. But are the Spurs going to give him $35, $38 million a year?
I hope not. I think he has certainly earned, close to $100 million over the next 3 years. I'm just not sure I want it to be from the Spurs. I love the guy. I think he has given everything that we've asked and just isn't able to provide some of the things that we so desperately desire. It's just not in his game to lift the Spurs the way that we thought that they might need to be lifted, and we're seeing the outcome of that. He's been so quiet, Jason, that I can't, there's no barometer on this, but I do know that it can't be very fun being a Spur today. I do know that this is hard, and it's not going to get any easier as the Spurs continue to try to salvage a season that's looked so promising just a couple of weeks ago as they gotten all the way up to 5th place. Now, they weren't going to scare any of the upper 4s, but they certainly looked like they were going to be able to compete in that bottom half of the bracket. Now, they sit at 9th, and it is dipping fast, and prospects don't look good over the next 2 games as they take on a recently retooled and very good-looking Denver Nugget team that we'll get ready for at 6:30 for Game Night San Antonio with Mellow Mushroom, brought to you by Mellow Mushroom.
You look at it, and again, I mean, the Spurs certainly have been in a funk lately. I don't know if they can snap out of it enough with their schedule down the stretch, which by all accounts is what the second toughest by win percentages. You're looking down the stretch. I think their chances of making the playoffs right now probably dip around the 10% mark, where it was probably 40% a month ago. And with that gets you into the lottery. There's separation being gained right now where everything was so bunched up. Now you're starting to see some separation, 7, 6, 5, and 4, and but the problem is there's separation at 11, 12, and whatnot. So they might end up tripping into that play-in tournament, but I don't even know right now the way they've been playing. Do they even finish the season at 500?
The only problem is we didn't stumble soon enough. Other teams started that stumble several months ago. They're going to have to do some serious suckage to get a little bit further down. But it's all things are possible if you plan correctly. Free agents out there. John Collins, certainly, I think it looks very, very appropriate to what the Spurs need. A bouncy big, a guy with some NBA experience and understands, I think, what his role would be with the Spurs or can play that role. Jared Allen of the Cleveland Cavaliers, another big that, a rim protecting, shot blocking, defensive minded, not a lot of offense, but certainly a lot to be offered. And a lot of things that the Spurs could use, I think, are out there as well. If I'm the Spurs, do you just pile up as much as you can? And divide half, say, in case DeMar wants to stay, there's this. But we got 40 million, 30 million, whatever we think half is, and take that and just park it in front of Cleveland or Atlanta or maybe Chicago for a shooter. I mean, in your mind, Jason, what would you chase if you could go get what you wanted?
Somebody that can shoot a damn 3. The question that I think we need to ask is DeMar even priority 1 when it comes to spending that money on free agency? Or is it some of the guys that you just mentioned? I mean, what is the direction that Pop thinks this team needs to go when you start looking towards next year? We got a lot of guards, a lot of interchangeable pieces. If you get into the lottery, what are you going to draft? I still think they need to go find themselves a big. They need somebody to either become the starter in place of Yak or somebody that can be a reliable and decent backup to Yak, but we need some size. It's interesting that the Spurs go into this funk, but at the same time COVID hit, but at the same time that LaMarcus Aldridge left this team. And was he more important for a lot of different reasons than we gave him credit for? While he didn't fit, while it didn't feel like he fit within the offense that they had, it is interesting that he leaves and the Spurs have been in a tailspin since.
According to Bobby Marks, an ESPN NBA insider, former general manager, Collins does rank number 1 at least in Spurs needs that could be addressed. And they say this floor is $30 million a year or a $90 million 3-year deal for John Collins. And I would have absolutely no problem spending that money on him.
Well,
I
agree.
To do that tomorrow.
I mean, and again, was he 18 and 10? Or right about there right now in Atlanta. I mean, Collins would look good in San Antonio. A lot of these guys, I think all of them, everybody you just mentioned. Yeah, I mean, there's 78 million. Let's spread it around and go get them all. That's not realistic. Let's
talk about the 78. So that would be 78 if every free agent left. They would have 78 million. But I don't think everyone's going to leave. First and foremost, Patty Mills. You just figure the lifetime extension is coming. It'll be a team-friendly, kind of a spread-out kind of deal that'll keep him around. So some of that'll go away. But if it was 10 million a year and the Spurs are sitting with 68 million to spend, that's a max guy and DeMar if they do it the right way. I'm just saying, if the DeMar was a preference, you can still offer DeMar enough money and coax him to stay, knowing full well if you'll give us a little bit of money now, we can go get you a Jared Allen at post or a John Collins on the wing or at post and it will help the team tremendously. But I just don't think DeMar is in a situation to help the Spurs at all. Why would he?
Well, I mean, I don't think he'll help financially. I mean, he took a little less from Toronto last time with the wink, wink, we're not going to trade you anywhere. And then, of course, he ended up in San Antonio. So, no, I don't think DeMar is going to help financially. But after, when you look at next year, DeJounte's at 15-4 and you got Derek at 15-6 next year, and then they'll jump up to 16 and 17 and 18 respectively. Those are going to be your two highest paid guys. You can get some guys and maybe even overpay a little bit of DeMar if you want DeMar back, depending on how much you love him, and you can go get one of those other guys that you're talking about, in the 25 to 33, 34 range, and that's where the NBA is going. Remember, those salaries are all going up with all that new TV money that is coming in, and you can still bring Patty back on a 3-year, $10 million a year deal. I mean, Patty ain't getting out of bed for less than $10 million, and he's still the glue guy. He is still important to that locker room, and we've seen the Spurs over the years take care of guys. Rudy Gay is gone. Trey Lyles, nice knowing you, but I do think Patty comes back on a $10 million a year type deal.
Lonzo Ball might be floating around out there. What are your thoughts on that?
Lonzo, looking at some of his numbers and what he is doing this year, and our good friend Antonio Daniels had a tweet the other day, and I should look it up real quick, but it was defending what Lonzo has done, and I think part of it is he's a ball, and so you go negative immediately because of his dad, right? We've dealt with an uncle. Do we want to deal with his dad? But his dad's actually been pretty quiet as far as I could tell. Now that everybody's actually in the league, and he was not successful with his shoe business. I haven't given much thought to Zoe in a Spurs uniform, but I look at what that kid is doing. It's pretty damn impressive.
Well, the Spurs are pretty light on guards. We only got like 7 of them. What's one more? Another interchangeable part. But one thing he is, and it's improved, but it's still ugly. But he would be the only true point guard on the roster. I mean, he is he's not a lead guard. He's not a swing guard. Lonzo would much rather give you the ball to go score than he would himself. And we don't have anybody like that on the Spurs. I'm not sure if they even want anybody like that on the Spurs, but he certainly is going to be available, it appears, and will be in that upper echelon of free agents as the Spurs have lots and lots of money to spend. And when we come back, Deshaun Watson, the mess was bad yesterday. Today, the ramifications of those, accusations, both made live and by letter. He's lost some money today. We'll tell you who is backing out of the Deshaun Watson camp as we sit, coming up next here on the Blitz, 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM, and on the go at ESPNSA.com.
Jason Minix here from my friends over at Ancira Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram Truck. If you're shopping for a new vehicle, there's no better place to go than Ancira. I can tell you firsthand because I'm a long-time Ancira customer. I have a vehicle from Ancira. My daughter's car is from Ancira, so is my niece's car. Heck, half the people at the radio station drive vehicles from Ancira, and it's because of how well Ancira takes care of you before, during, and most importantly, after the sale. That great customer service is why Ancira has been a top family-run dealership in San Antonio for decades. They're going to make sure you're getting the vehicle you want with all the options and features that you're looking for. They'll give you great value on your trade-in, the best rebates and financing options available, and of course, they've got that great customer service. And price made Ancira number one. Price keeps Ancira number one. So think Ancira. Ancira Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram Truck, part of the Ancira I-Tornado complex on I-10 West between Wurzbach and Huebner.
It's time for ESPN San Antonio's Big Score. This hour's keyword is Culebra. Enter that keyword at ESPNSA.com for your chance to win $1,000. 1250 ESPN San Antonio and 94.5 FM.
The San Antonio Gunslingers of the American Arena League are gunning for their 3rd straight win.
Monday
Monday night when they host the Austin Wild at the San Antonio Rose Palace. 2 weeks ago, the Gunslingers beat Austin 34-24 in a wild one. Round 2 is Monday night, and it's Public Servants Night. Police, fire, and EMTs get in free with their credentials. The Gunslingers versus the Wild, Monday night at 7:30. Get your tickets now at SanAntonioGunslingers.com. That's SanAntonioGunslingers.com. Or check them out on Facebook.
Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar, your home to 7 days a week happy hour. Come eat, drink, and socialize safely at all 4 Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar locations. And now you can join us bright and early at the newest location, Slackers Medical Center. Now opens at 7 a.m. to serve our valued medical community. Nurses, doctors, frontline workers, and staff, we thank you. Slackers Medical Center at Fredericksburg and Medical Drive. Visit SlackersBarsSA.com for more info. Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar, now with 4 area locations to quench your thirst.
We need the forklift over here.
Indeed knows unexpected growth can stretch your business thin.
Okay, those molds need to be adjusted. The shippers are coming at noon, so we got to get this done.
Like at Dennis's plastic startup, to stay flexible, he needs to get started hiring right away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. And the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post. Terms and conditions apply.
Napa know-how.
At Napa, you don't need to be a magician to pull 20% savings out of thin air. All you need is a bucket. Yep, you can magically save on 3 or more items with a $2.99 Napa bucket. So use whatever magical catchphrase you want, like Abraca Bucket or Alica Savings or Bippity Boppity Bucket, and save 20% today. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa Know-How.
Napa know-how.
At participating locations, exclusions apply. May not be combined with other offers. Offer ends 4/30/21.
Businesses that run like clockwork establish routines they trust. That's why over 1 million companies rely on Cintas. We'll help you protect employees and customers with essential safety supplies. Inspect your fire protection systems and devices. Hygienically launder your uniforms. And keep you well-stocked with the leading hand sanitizers and disinfecting wipes. Learn how Cintas can help you open your doors with confidence.
Oh, I'm ready.
Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Want to hear something amazing? Discover matches all the cash back you earn on your credit card at the end of your first year, automatically, dollar for dollar, with no limit on how much you can earn. Extra cash? Come on, how amazing is that? In fact, it's even more amazing when you realize all the places where Discover is accepted. 99% of places in the U.S. that take credit cards. So when it comes to Discover, get used to hearing yes more often. Learn more at discover.com/yes. 2021 Nielsen Report. Limitations apply.
It's the Blitz. We're all, during the break, watching a Twitter video of what appears to be a Komodo dragon at what would be the equivalent of a Valero, I guess, somewhere in Indonesia. I'm not quite sure, but it's a very happy large lizard crawling around a C-store. Just another occurrence. I guess they get used to that kind of stuff. That's terrifying if you've seen it.
It would scare me more than seeing a rattlesnake, seeing a big dragon like that. I can tell you, when I was in the Navy in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, back when you could go there, when it was a Navy base, we were walking to the McDonald's, and there was a dragon or whatever lizard thing that was so big it was laying across the entire sidewalk, and everybody just stood there and waited for the thing to just keep moving before we could cross the sidewalk. Nobody tried to go around it. Nobody tried to make it move. We just all sat there going, what the hell is that thing?
They have lizards in Cuba?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Not a Komodo dragon, though, right?
Well, whatever it was, man, but it looked about that size. I mean, it looked like the size of a cow.
I lived in Florida. I've seen my share of lizards.
Mm-hmm.
It's a terrifying thing. You don't have to deal with that.
We were in the Super Bowl last year in Miami, and it was cold. We kept waiting for them to drop out of the trees.
The frozen iguanas. Yeah, we never got an actual chance to see that, though. That is, in fact, true. All right, so today, the fallout from the Busby news conference that introduced at least one accuser. We put a face to the accusations, and it was as bad as we thought it would be, the story. And we had a letter written by another accuser. That's 2 of the 22 accusations that are now sitting in front of Mr. Busby, getting ready to bring suit against Deshaun Watson. In reaction to that, he has begun losing his sponsors. And that, I'm surprised it's taken so long, but here it comes. The financial realities are starting to set in.
You look at Nike was the first to announce today that they are suspending his endorsement deal. Then we heard that Reliant and HEB were not going to renew him. Apparently, their deals ended at the end of the season. All the trade talk, they haven't renewed him yet, so they're just not going to renew him. But Beats by Dre severed their relationship today with Deshaun Watson.
That's of the culture. You know what I mean? The HEB thing, that kind of was because he was a Texan for sure, and Nike because he's a superstar. Beats is because you're in the culture. They backed out. There's more to come. This is bad. We'll talk more about Deshaun Watson as it continues, but coming back, let's do some cooking. Mark Singleton of Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds.
Quick change up. Just got a text from Tim Byers, the Beard Award-winning chef. Last minute change up. It will be Tim Byers joining us in a couple of minutes.
Award-winning chef. Yeah, this is going to be great. We're cooking with Tim coming up next. You're on the Blitz, 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM, and on the go at ESPNSA.com.
You know, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If it's you, a family member, a friend of yours, somebody you know gets arrested, you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, you know the best way to do that is by calling my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go to the website, mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what those conditions are before accepting it. You know your best option is to call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans available, a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential and open 24/7, offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. Whether you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, in the Valley, of course, here in San Antonio. License number 149. Call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, 225-2121, or online at mybestbailbonds.com.
Your silver and black game nights start here.
This is Matt Bonner, a.k.a. the Red Rocket, a.k.a. the Red Mamba, a.k.a. the Sandwich Hunter.
Game Night San Antonio, brought to you by the Mellow Mushroom. Game Night The Blitz shifts its focus to your silver and black.
Hi, this is DeJounte Murray. It's Game Night San Antonio.
An in-depth look at the night's game, 30 minutes before every game night on The Blitz.
1250
ESPN San Antonio.
And 94.5 FM.
Hey folks, Bob with Barbecue Outfitters, and April is Ceramic and Pellet Grill Month at our stores. For 24 years running, we've been one of the largest Big Green Egg dealers in Texas, and the only with the three best brands in ceramic cookers, the Big Green Egg, Primo Grills, and the incredible Kamado Joe. All amazing and now at the best prices of the year. Great savings plus free assembly, free charcoal, and free starters. Barbecue Outfitters has all our pellet grills on sale, including Traeger, Green Mountain, Yoder, and Memphis. And as a bonus, we're offering our instant in-store rebates for all qualifying products, including outdoor kitchens, Weber grills, Pollywood patio furniture, and much more. Store-wide savings to get your spring kicked off right and your backyard smoking in a good way. Barbecue Outfitters in Austin on 620, a quarter mile south of 2222, and in San Antonio on 1604 at Chavano Park next to the Ridge Shopping Center. Check out barbecueoutfitters.com and come check out Ceramic and Pellet Grill Month at our stores.
What's in store right now at your local Staples?
Your one-stop shop for shipping solutions.
Staples has everything your business needs to ship, like packing materials, mailers, and UPS shipping services.
And right now, get 50% back in rewards on shipping supplies, like boxes, mailers, and bubble roll. Plus, get 20% off UPS Express shipping services at Staples.
No matter what you need to ship with Staples and save.
In-store only, ends 4/10/21, excludes envelopes, postage stamps, labels, and office tapes while supplies last.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering supplies and solutions for every industry, with 24/7 support and experienced staff at over 250 local branches. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Introducing touch-free payments from PayPal, a safe way for your customers to pay.
Simply download the PayPal app and display your own unique QR code for your customers to scan. Whether you're a market seller,
I'll take 2 tomatoes and a cucumber.
poodle pamperer, piano tuner, or plumber, signing up to accept touch-free payments for your business is easy. Touch-free QR code payments. Shop safe with PayPal.
Your home for everything Cowboys.
Touchdown, Cowboys!
1250 ESPN San Antonio and 94.5 FM. KZDC San Antonio. Jason Minix, Rob Thompson, The Blitz.
It is the Blitz here on 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM. If you're on the go, slow down, go find yourself a device and watch live because we're about to start cooking. He's Jason Minix. I'm Rob Thompson. We are joined by Tim Byers. He is a Beard Award-winning chef, a good guy as well, and he's joining us. We're doing our Cooking with Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. This week it involves not only the pork rinds, I can see some cream cheese, and I can see some bacon, and that's really all I need. You had me at pork rinds. I saw the cup of crumbled bacon, and then I'm all in. Tim, welcome aboard. What are we cooking today?
Hey, guys, what's going on? Well,
I'm getting hungry.
Today we're going to Good. Well, this is a really interesting recipe, and I really think it's like crazy awesome. So I was trying to come up with something, a little out of the box for pork rinds and have some fun, especially during big game day sort of stuff. And so this one is a layered chopped wedge salad dip with pork rinds. So I know what.
Now, Tim, as we get started, everybody heard this, and we heard salad. You heard salad, and when we're talking, you think, what are the boys talking about? But here's the deal. This is perfect for the Masters. As you have your Masters watching party, and you want to elevate your cuisine just enough to match those golfers who are accustomed to the country club life.
Green
but still
to watch the greens?
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is the green on the green. So we're making a layered chopped wedge salad.
Yeah, and it's like if you're going to put a bunch of stuff out, you got to have a little bit of the healthy stuff. And of course, again, this is a keto recipe, but it also has a lot of good stuff. So you got bacon in here that we've crisped up, sour cream, cream cheese, gorgonzola. So basically what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to get all these kind of flavors, and we're going to do it to where we can go in with the pork rind and dip it. And I'm telling you, the pork rinds, it just makes the recipe. And it looks really cool. So I start with a big glass jar, and you want to be able to layer it in there so it looks pretty. And so we'll get a food processor or a bowl, and you want to add your sour cream, cream cheese. I've got some lemon pepper, salt, and you just sort of whip this till it's smooth. Put that at layer one. Come in with some gorgonzola cheese and about a half a cup. And you put that in there. And then the next is I chop some bib lettuce, some red leaf lettuce, whatever kind of good lettuce you got, layer that in. And then the next sprinkle is on top is lemon juice, our cooked bacon, the zest of a lemon. And I've got some pink peppercorns that go across the top just because it's really floral and awesome. And that's it. You put that out with a huge bowl of your favorite Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. And it's really killer. It looks fresh and awesome. Then when you go in with the rinds, you just get that extra porky awesomeness that goes with the bacon and all that sort of thing.
Well, and again, I mean, obviously the salad, but pork rinds have been are so good for dipping, especially things that can be heavy. Because one, some of those pork rinds, they're big, they got the cup there. It's just easy to scoop out. And you're right, you get the crunch, but you get everything else in there, so you're getting some salad in your system. But at the same time, you're not eating a salad.
And you can put
Minix acts like salad's medicine. You're getting some of that, med stuff in your system.
Well, I mean, it's almost like when you got to give your dog a pill and you wrap it in cheese. I mean, you got to figure out a way for me to eat salad, and I think Tim has figured it out.
Now, Tim, I have a question. When you say wedge salad, obviously this isn't a classic wedge salad, which is normally just like a quarter of a head of lettuce with a really great dip now, or a great salad dressing over the top. Now, what you've done is kind of form this all together. What makes it distinctively a wedge salad by its name?
Well, it's just like all the flavor stuff that goes with it. Normally, a wedge salad's going to be like an iceberg lettuce or a romaine. And, as the blue cheese, sour cream based kind of dressing, there's usually bacon, these kind of stuff. So I just stayed and played in that whole flavor realm, and then just did it as a chopped salad. And if you layer it in a glass bowl, like some of the pictures you just showed up, I mean, it looks really cool. And then you just come in there with the dip. That's where you got to just, go in strong and, go for it. But I was so surprised at how awesome the actual rind made that even more, because it was good on its own, but the rind, and that's just not like a sales thing. Sometimes you do these recipes and you're like, dude, home run. That was awesome.
All right, Tim, out of curiosity, because, I mean, you go in the kitchen, you start just putting stuff together. When you're thinking of the recipe, how much of it is trial and error, just, let's see what works, and how much of it was the game plan going in, like you had in your mind, this is what I'm going to build, and you came out with this creation?
It's a bit of both. Sometimes, I mean, especially when you're trying to get creative in that like no carb, keto-y kind of world too, it can get a little, tiring. And that's been kind of my mission working with Southern Recipe, is to really try to have chef-centric sort of innovative stuff that, pushes you out of the normal recipes. So it is tough, but I check in with a lot of people. Like this one, this was like a brainstorm with my wife. She's like, oh, this should be good. And so I just went after it and tried it out. And we're like, all right, this was a winner.
When you deal with expertise and greatness like a Beard Award-winning chef, that's where the inspiration comes. Now, let's talk about a couple of the ingredients. Normally, when I think wedge salad, I think blue cheese. You went with gorgonzola. Why?
It's a blue cheese. It's just got a little bit more of a, blue cheesy sort of spiciness to it.
That gets you right back there in the back of the jaw. That sour kind of perfect. Perfect. All right, peppercorns.
Again, very aromatic. Just like the lemon zest on there too. It's like it has this real cool aroma. And so if we're gonna do like a salad and we want it to be like fresh and vibrant, I just try to stay with these fresh and vibrant like aromas and flavors and this sort of stuff. And it just helps it out.
And I imagine whatever your favorite choice of pork rind is going to go well with this, whether it's Korean kimchi barbecue or the black salt and pepper or Pasilla chili cheese, all those different flavors. That just is going to add to the crunch and flavor of what you're getting with the salad dip.
It totally does. And I know this sounds a little out of left field as it being kind of a chopped salad dip, but I think this is one of my favorite recipes that I've done with pork rinds. So I definitely suggest giving it a whirl.
Light, fresh, springy, and perfect for a game day. Perfect for the Masters. Put that together. It's the salad that looks like it'd eat like a meal. Pair that with, I'm going to go with this salt and pepper, just your straight pork rind, because I don't want to throw off any flavors with that blue cheese and bacon. But certainly you go to HEB, pick up your Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds, find the flavor you like. The recipe is at porkrindrecipes.com. Easy to find. Lots of other great Tim Byers inspired recipes, and also other things you can do with your Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. And what Southern Recipe makes it so much better, it's because of how it's made. It stands up to be a dip. It'll hold on to what you're digging into to bring up, and it certainly adds that flavor profile that you're not going to get anywhere else. Easy to find, easy to cook, and it's always great to talk with a chef the likes of Tim Byers. What's the last thing you grilled, Tim?
Oh, the last thing I grilled. Actually, last thing I grilled was a Pacific rockfish. I was out in California, and that was amazing. Picked it right up off the pier and put it on the grill.
That's a chef right there. Pacific rockfish. That's the realms I wouldn't even begin to say. Head over to porkrindrecipes.com. Check out all those recipes. Tim, it is always great to catch up with you, man. Keep on cooking. We can't wait to have you back.
All right.
Tim Byers, Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Head over to HEB, grab those pork rinds. We cook every Wednesday. You're looking for any updates, anything like that, go to ESPNSA.com for all your recipes. Make sure you're following us on the Twitter for more on our Southern Recipe small batch pork rind segment. This looks really good. It sounds like it's a wedge salad, but it is far more than that. It's a salad that eats like a meal. It's got bacon and cream cheese and sour cream and all the good stuff, and gorgonzola, and then your pork rinds all up on a big platter. Yeah, that'll work. Hey, coming back, Cowboys and a tight end. The debate continues. If an opportunity arose, what should the Cowboys truly take if they have the option? We'll talk the Cowboys draft. Jill Jelnick will join us for Game Night San Antonio very quickly to follow. Mellow Mushroom will help us get ready for the Denver Nuggets and the Joker. Lots to talk about. Hang around. We're coming back talking NFL here on the Blitz, 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM, and on the go at ESPNSA.com.
You know, we all like things easy and convenient. New Brakes has done that with brake repair. Jason Minix here. New Brakes is a mobile brake shop. That means they will come to you to fix your brakes, your home, your office, wherever you are. So if your brakes are bad or you think they're going bad, get them fixed. New Brakes provides convenient and affordable brake repairs, and they only fix brakes. You're not going to get the upsell like at a traditional repair shop. Takes about an hour for most repairs, and they only use premium brake parts, and they do back all their repairs with a 24-month, 24,000-mile warranty. And you'll save 10% when you mention my name or ESPN San Antonio when you schedule that repair at nubrakes.com. Busy at work, relaxing at the house? They have Saturday, Sunday appointments. You can be watching the Masters on Sunday afternoon while getting your brakes fixed. It doesn't get better than that. They're great at what they do. Go read all the 5-star reviews at nubrakes.com and then schedule your repair. Nubrakes.com, nubrakes.com.
Your home for the Texas Rangers.
This is Jorge Rodriguez of the Texas Rangers.
Texas Rangers Baseball on ESPN San Antonio is brought to you by New Brakes Mobile Brake Repair and powered by GPS of Texas.
You are listening to 1250 ESPN San Antonio.
And 94.5 FM.
If you're having issues at the house with your plumbing, your heating, your AC, you know there is one company to call, and that is Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC. 210-651-5899 is the number. You know, I've used Quartermoon many times throughout the years when I had plumbing issues, especially at the old house maintenance program for my AC unit. They're fantastic at what they do, and it is time to make sure your AC is tuned up and ready for the summer months. If you're not on a maintenance program, one, you should be, but if you're not, make sure you get your AC checked out. Make sure it's ready for the hot summer months. If you've got a minor problem, fix it now before it turns into a major problem. If you've got plumbing issues, Quartermoon is fantastic. Full service, big job, small job, residential or commercial. They have a great experienced staff that has earned an A+ ranking with the Better Business Bureau. 210-651-5899. 651-5899 for Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC. Find them online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar, your home to 7 days a week happy hour. Come eat, drink, and socialize safely at all 4 Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar locations. And now you can join us bright and early at the newest location, Slackers Medical Center. Now opens at 7 a.m. to serve our valued medical community. Nurses, doctors, frontline workers, and staff, we thank you. Slackers Medical Center at Fredericksburg and Medical Drive. Visit slackersbarssa.com for more info. Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar, now with 4 area locations to quench your thirst.
If you're a bacon lover, I've got great news for you. This is Michael Kilbasa with Kilbasa Smoked Meats. Our authentic dry-cured bacon is now available at grocery stores near you. We make it the old-fashioned way with the finest pork bellies in our legendary spice blend. We don't pump it full of water or chemicals like other brands. All you get is thick, savory slices of delicious bacon. I hope you'll give it a try, and if it's not the best bacon you've ever eaten, I'll give you your money back. Kilbasa Smoked Meats, slow-crafted in Texas since 1949.
Guys, stop what you're doing. Give me a few seconds of your time and let me give you a piece of advice that will change your love life forever. Have you noticed you've been losing a little pep in your step? Has your lady friend asked you, is everything okay? Do you find yourself having trouble rising for the occasion? Do you stress out before that special moment and wonder, is it gonna work? Guys, I'm going to let you in on a big secret. You don't ever have to worry again. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula has you covered. Mojo is the 100% guaranteed male enhancement formula that guarantees lasting success, if you know what I mean. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula is safe, natural, and effective every single time, guaranteed. Mojo is available in a fast-acting spray and a quick-action capsule. Do yourself and her a favor and call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today. They'll get you set up for success. Call 210-494-2210. That number again is 210-494-2210. Mojo Male Enhancement, only available at Pure Line Nutrition.
How clean is your nose? Most airborne germs and allergens invade through the nose, your body's air filter. It's first line of defense. You wash your hands and brush your teeth, but what about your nose? Did you know there's an easy way to keep your nose clean and help your body protect itself? It's called Navage Nasal Care. Navage uses powered suction to clean your nose by flushing out pollen, mucus, bacteria, and viruses. Millions use Navage for fast, all-natural relief from sinus congestion and allergies, and to breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier without drugs. Navage is easy to use, affordable, and it comes with an absolute guarantee of satisfaction. And 50,000 independent online reviews averaging 4.7 stars show just how much people love their Navage. You wash your hands and brush your teeth every day. Now you can clean your nose and help protect your health with Navage. At Navage.com, CVS, Walgreens, Bed Bath & Beyond, Target, and Rite Aid. Navage. Navage. Make good nasal hygiene your new normal with Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
It's the Blitz. You're on ESPN San Antonio. Thank you so much for joining us here today. He is Jason Minix. I'm Rob Thompson. Game Night San Antonio brought to you by Mellow Mushroom. Get going here in just a couple of minutes. We're getting ready for the Denver Nuggets. The Joker has added another villain in the name of Aaron Gordon. We'll see how the Nuggets pan out tonight. It doesn't look good for the Spurs, but we'll get into that in just a bit. Dallas Cowboy news, they've added yet another tight end. I believe that makes 4 on the roster. Jeremy Sprinkle, he lately of the football team, has been signed. He joins the likes of Blake Jarwin and Dalton Schultz and some guy named Sean McKeon. Belldozer has gone on to Kansas City. Tight end in the news as we talk about the plethora that they have, though there is one prize sitting in the draft that many Dallas Cowboy fans and bloggers alike would kill or die to get. That's Kyle Pitts. Cowboys sit at 10. The expectation he'll be long gone. For those who are thinking the more logical, the more prudent move, are hoping that he's gone so that Jerry doesn't have to make that decision and push his son out of the way and go make that draft pick.
See, here's the thing. I think if Kyle Pitts is there, he wouldn't have to push Stephen Jones out of the way. He wouldn't have to push Will McClay out of the way. He wouldn't have to push anybody out of the way. I think there would be a celebration if at number 9, it's not Kyle Pitts and he falls to them at number 10. You know, I've been, the need on defense and getting a defensive playmaker is so great for the Dallas Cowboys. And I get that. Everybody has the Cowboys taking a corner. I think they need a left tackle. If Slater is available, if Sewell somehow falls to 10, you get that generational left tackle at 10. Not a sexy pick. I know they need defensive help. A lot of people will argue with me about Surtain or all these other corners that are available. But and so I kind of feel like the odd man out saying, dude, get a left tackle. If one of those guys is there, you've got a tackle for a decade to protect Deshaun, to protect Zeke, open up holes, and be an insurance policy for Tyron Smith, who isn't going to give you 17 games. We know this. So you do that. I'll throw all of that out the window if Kyle Pitts is available at 10. All of it.
It looks pretty. An old friend of both of ours, Greg Moore, part of the San Antonio media there for a while, lives up in Dallas, used to say, just because it looks good doesn't mean it's good for you. And I think this is the situation with Kyle Pitts. It looks good. No. They would be lined up with offensive skill from one side of the field to the next. Literal potential, all pros at every position. Every one of them, all the wide receivers, the running back, the quarterback, all of them. But they had a lot of that last year and still weren't winning games because that offensive line was decimated due to injury. Some were surprises in Collins. Others were expected. Tyron Smith. How on earth can you go into this season after spending the money they just spent on a Dak Prescott, which, by the way, we saw some video of him throwing. Looks good. Can you go in without offering some protection to what is now your most valuable and expensive asset in Dak Prescott?
Kyle Pitts is the second best player in this draft behind Trevor Lawrence. if a Jamar Chase was available at 10, I don't do that. I stay with offensive linemen. I stay with the defensive back if that's what the Cowboys' plan actually is, even though if Jamar Chase somehow fell to 10, he would be considered BPA, assuming Kyle Pitts is gone. Same with Waddle or Devontae Smith or any of those guys. I'm not taking another wide receiver. But if you can get yourself a Kyle Pitts, and, that makes your future as well. You got your 3-year plan, your 5-year plan, whatever that is, with Gallup. Are you going to pay him or is he going to be gone? What do you do with Amari Cooper in that contract? You add in a Kyle Pitts, your offense is so good. You're helping the defense with a Kyle Pitts. I throw all of my normal logic out the window if Kyle Pitts is available at 10.
What, can he play linebacker? Is that how they're helping?
Kyle Pitts. You draft yourself a Kyle Pitts, and he's going to play tight end for you, flex receiver. I mean, they added a blocking tight end today named Sprinkles. So, because clearly that's not what Kyle does. And then when you need him to return kicks, he'll do that. He'll kick off, he'll punt. We signed a punter today, a former Texan guy named Anger. He's going to be angry because Kyle Pitts is going to take his job. He's going to cook. He's going to clean. He's going to do everything for you. You get Kyle Pitts at number 10, you take him. Don't trade up to get him. You don't trade up to get him, but if he lands in your lap at number 10, you will take him.
That is a luxury pick. I agree with you. He is that talented, and there aren't very many great tight ends, difference-making tight ends in the league, and every team that has one is good. So there's obviously a correlation there. But I also know I don't need one to win a Super Bowl. That I can go out there and win a Super Bowl minus him, where I got to have a left tackle. I got to have a shutdown corner. I got to have a linebacker that can blitz and get to the quarterback. Those are things I know I have to have. I don't have to have Kyle Pitts. I like the idea. But they did that last year, Jason. CeeDee Lamb was that. That was the BPA that everybody celebrated. But if you only did BPA every year, and you're drafted to the top 10, you're just going to have a roster full of wide receivers and running backs.
The idea is you're not drafting in the top 10 every year. So, again, if there was a shutdown Deion Sanders-like corner that was available at number 10, which there isn't, you might have an argument. There's a lot of really good corners available at number 10. Last time the Cowboys went up and got that guy, his name was Mo Claiborne, and that didn't exactly work out well. Remember, they traded up to get him. He was the next Deion Sanders. There are very few sure things in the NFL draft. Kyle Pitts is one of those very sure things. If he is available at number 10, although he keeps selling me more money, so I'm going to keep talking about Kyle Pitts. I mean, but in reality, because it is such a pipe. Please do. It is such a pipe dream that Kyle Pitts is going to fall to you at number 10. It's almost silly to talk about it. But in reality, if he were to fall to you at number 10, you would take him. And you would need to take him. And there'd be nobody in that room that says, yeah, we should just get a left tackle here.
I can tell you this, and though word has it that the Cowboys might be officially out of the KJ Wright talks of the Seahawks, though I don't have that might be or might not be. If they were to sign the likes of a Wright prior to the draft, then I could certainly understand diving in on the offensive side of the ball. But until then, they were biblically bad. They were so
they were so bad on defense last year. You're right. And at number 10, I still want a left tackle. At number 10,
all of that.
I would get a left tackle before the defense. Every other pick, or just about every other pick, is going to be on the defensive side of the ball. But you've got to shore up that offensive line. At one point, the best, without a question, the best offensive line in football. But you had no LC last year, all year. Tyron Smith all year. Zach Martin got hurt. At some point, you've got to start rebuilding that offensive line. And you hope to not be picking in the top 10 to get a generational tackle. I want a generational tackle or Kyle Pitts with that number 10 pick.
Certainly would be fun to watch, although first of all, we don't think it'll happen. It looks like Atlanta is taking offers for that number 4 spot. If nobody comes up to get them, if they don't like that 4th quarterback or whatever they think might be available, then it just seems like a natural for Atlanta to dive in on Pitts, whether they or another quarterback. I just can't see him making it all the way down. But again, if you look at it in the NFL, great teams have really good tight ends, but you don't have to have them. It might be, is it a luxury pick?
I mean, I think the reality, when you look at all the mock drafts and you look at Chase and Waddle and Smith, all those wide receivers, I think every one of those teams would take Kyle Pitts before one of those top flight wide receivers. He is that good.
Novel.
That's what you need, another receiver.
Well, think about yes, and not but for the Cowboys, but think about the successful teams. They've all got the tight ends, and we saw the matchup last year, the old versus the new, in the Super Bowl, where we had two highly effective tight ends. There's a reason why it works, so I can understand
the one with
it,
the better defensive line won.
There you go. And at the end of the day,
or the one with no offensive line lost.
Or the one with Tom Brady won. Maybe that's really, at the end of the day, all that we need to talk about.
And
hey,
no
coming
love
back,
for
let's
Bruce
see if Tom
Arians.
Brady. Let's see if Tom's available in Denver tonight. The Spurs are tipping at 8 o'clock, taking on the newly retooled Denver Nuggets. Jill Jelnick of YOLO, Texas, and Sports Tonight will join us next for Mellow Mushrooms Game Night San Antonio. Let's figure out a way to get 2 in a row against Denver. Let's see if they can chip one off. We'll talk about it next here on the Blitz. 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM on the go at ESPNSA.com.
Jason Minix here for BSG, the company that brings you the best in home security and smart home technology. The security system in my home is from BSG. The video cameras, video doorbell, other features, they're fantastic. And the camera systems that BSG offer are so good. Not only do you get a great picture, but it can tell if it's a person, animal, or car. In other words, you won't get a bunch of notifications every time a car goes down your street, but you can find out which one of your neighbor's dogs is leaving you a gift in the yard. Don't be fooled by those Price Club systems that you have to install yourself. You'll be shocked at how reasonable new smart cameras from BSG can be. Go to BSG.com, get your free in-home estimate, and never worry about what's going on around your home again. BSG is San Antonio's home technology company, a great local company built on trust, quality, and safety. They are the best in the industry. Call 210-877-1222, 877-1222, or again, the website, bsgtexas.com.
Your home for the Texas Rangers all season long.
This is Joey Gallo of the Texas Rangers.
Texas Rangers Baseball, brought to you by New Brakes Mobile Brake Repair and powered by GPS of Texas.
Your home for the Texas Rangers. 1250 ESPN San Antonio and 94.5 FM.
This Sports Center update is brought to you by Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Golfers, tee it up this year at Edwin Watts Golf Shops.
What's up? How you doing?
Titleist. Introducing the new
Good, I
Titleist
have the Coach
family of drivers. The new
freaking
TSI
Zoom on my right-hand side. I was kind of
lower off the
hoping
tee and straighter down the
it's on by
fairway.
now, but
More
they're having
drivers
some
give you
technical
maximum
difficulties,
performance
actually.
for any type of dedicated golfer. Swing by Edwin Watts Golf Shops and get custom fit
Yeah,
today.
maybe.
Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, and shop us online at worldwidegolfshops.com.
All lies.
Are you
honey.
tired of living with chronic pain, knee pain, joint pain, pain associated with arthritis, or even an old injury? Well, listen carefully, because there are new breakthrough treatments now available here. Not talking surgery or steroids. These are regenerative cell therapies from the medical professionals at QC Kinetics in Hollywood Park and Westover Hills. Hey, it's James Pledger. These revolutionary treatments not only alleviate your pain, they speed up the healing process. We're talking
Hey,
regenerative
James,
cell
before I
and
forget,
platelet-rich plasma therapies. All new solutions
I
that really
I
work.
will be
If
in
you've got
Brooklyn,
pain in your
Texas
knees,
for YOLO
shoulders, hips,
shoot
lower back,
Friday.
you may be able to avoid invasive
And they're
surgery
flying
with
me
these
back
proven
Friday night,
non-surgical
so I
options
won't be
with
able
astonishing
to
patient
do
satisfaction.
game night
reports.
Friday.
Call now. Schedule your free consultation at QC Kinetics.
Copy,
If you've
thank
got
you.
chronic pain and you want to avoid surgery and steroids, call QC Kinetics in Hollywood Park and Westover Hills. Call now. 210-571-0318.
They're
That's
flying me back because I have the UIW football game Saturday. They're saying
571-0318.
Jason Minix here from ESPN San Antonio for my friends at Alamo Water Softeners. Following the winter storm and
my flight
freeze,
gets in at
lots of
10.
people have asked, is the water safe to drink? And if you have a water softener, do you need a water
Oh,
filter?
good to
Alamo
know.
Water Softeners recommends both. Call today for a free
Is
water
it someone's
analysis.
birthday?
Alamo Water Softeners will come
Happy,
test your
is
water
it Friday, your actual
and give
birthday?
you an estimate. Discover the Alamo Water Softeners difference. Go to
Happy almost birthday.
alamowatersofteners.com. That's alamowatersofteners.com.
You've waited 2 long years, but the wait is over. Diamonds Direct's spectacular spring store-wide sale is here, starting Friday at 10 a.m. The biggest sale all year with 20% savings. All earrings, bracelets, bands, pendants, thousands and thousands of engagement rings included. This is where they break all the rules. In-store or at diamondsdirect.com. Extreme savings on all designer jewelry.
Burleson, Texas.
Expanded selection, extended hours, extraordinary value. It starts Friday at 10 a.m. and open this Sunday only at Diamonds Direct.
Or we're driving up together, but then they're flying me back. Yeah.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents.
What did I didn't hear Jason. He made a unique shirt. You say that
we
like
got to
they
build
don't
our
feed
endurance
me
to let
enough.
more people know that Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance. So you only pay for what you need.
I will be going to Hard 8 barbecue.
Like that.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Get a customized quote at libertymutual.com.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of My Pillow. Here to tell you about my Giza Dream bed sheets. The long staple cotton makes my Giza Dream sheets.
Are you worried
ultra
about
soft
me
and
about
durable.
gaining weight?
They come with my 60-day money-back guarantee and a 10-year warranty. And now you can get the best sheets ever for the best price ever. When you buy one of my Giza Dream bed sheet sets, you'll get another one absolutely free.
Go to mypillow.com and click on the radio listener square and use promo code SKY, S-K-Y, for this amazing special.
Game Night San Antonio. Brought to you by the Mellow Mushroom.
This is Manu Ginobili. This is Matt Bonner, a.k.a. the Red Rocket, a.k.a. the Red Mamba, a.k.a. the Sandwich Hunter.
Hi, this is DeJounte Murray. It's Game Night San Antonio.
Game Night San Antonio. Brought to you by the Mellow Mushroom.
It's Game Night San Antonio. You're on the ESPN. He is Jason Minix. I'm Rob Thompson. We are joined, as always, by Jill Jelnick of YOLO, Texas, and Sports2Nite. She just informed us she's heading up to Burleson on Friday to enjoy the beautiful North Texas town. Won't be here with us, but we get her tonight as we get ready for the Denver Nuggets. We get a twofer. We get them tonight, and we get them again on Friday. I think the best news we can say is at least the Spurs are going to be looking at some non-familiar surroundings after a 9-game homestand, going 2-7, and really just spending a miserable 2 weeks of basketball here in town. I think they're happy to get out of here.
I mean, have you ever heard of something? I mean, like have you that? ever heard of something that a does team so that poorly does so at home, poorly especially at home, in a year where they're already battling all this pandemic stuff, COVID-19 restrictions, and they just can't even get comfortable at home? I think that is one of the weirdest things in sports. And even Mark Rosen said after the game Monday, if you can figure it out, let us know because we can't.
Well, and so many teams are struggling at home, which is bizarre. But I mean, you know, the Spurs got blown out by Cleveland. They become everybody's slump buster. And, you know, Paul Millsap, he's going to rest tonight. He's not going to play. Jamal Murray is out. And so, you know, a little shorthanded maybe for Denver, but I don't know if it's going to matter. I mean, my confidence level in this Spurs team is so low right now.
The good news is we will have DeJounte. It appears he will be available. So that will help tonight. I want to, before we start looking at the game, 2-7, they sit at 500. They're right on the edge of the playoffs, not completely out, but sitting in a play-in playoff position. What is the problem? As you look at the Spurs over the last 2 weeks, and we could start narrowing down, what do they need to fix? What's the first thing that Pop should have been working on the last 48 hours as they got ready for Denver? Where should they begin the fix?
That's the problem, Rob. That's the problem, Rob. It's not an overnight fix. Not an overnight Coach Pop can just adjust in practice. The word you're looking for is Coach Pop said it after their loss against Cleveland. He said there are a lot of things working against them, right? The schedule is tough. The schedule is not a lot of break in between. Rest time is tough. And they don't even have their full core players back healthy yet. And they're playing with different lineups. And that can be hard when you're doing that game and night in, night out, and you have different players, and you have different players, necessarily different roles, but coming in different situations. All of those things together have been working against the Spurs. What Coach Pop wants, what the Spurs need, is some sort of continuity. That's not something that happens overnight. They need Lonnie Walker to be healthy. They're getting DeJounte Murray back tonight. Hopefully he's not on a maintenance restriction. We'll wait and find out. But they need their core
guys back, and they have a little bit of rest time over the next several days on this road trip. If they can kind of gain a little bit of momentum in some of these games, find a way to play a little bit better than they had in the homestand,
you're one step closer.
I think you're one step closer to that continuity.
And again, continuity and consistency with the lineups and that sort of stuff. But I don't know if Lonnie Walker's making that much of a difference in the losses that they've had. The defensive effort has been pathetic, and that is something. Some of that is the want to, and you're used to seeing the Spurs. At least try defensively. The effort would be there. I mean, for Cleveland to come in and score 100 points in 3 quarters. That's just downright embarrassing.
It's shameful. Okay, so defensive continuity is certainly an issue. If you guys could wave a magic wand and fix one of 2 things, whether defensive continuity, getting everybody to understand their defensive assignments, or 2, suddenly 3-point shooting would appear. You could wave a wand and suddenly Jakob's a 3-point master. I don't know, find 3, 4 more 3-pointers a night. I'm not talking about a lot, but suddenly let's make 3 or 4 more extra. Let's add about 6 or 7 points to that total. And I think that would make a huge difference. But that defense would mean so much as well. What is fixable is one thing, and what you can do in long term is another. But if you could fix something today, would it be to increase the ability to shoot deep or lock down a little bit better on defense?
I'm using my wand for
I'm using my wand for defense, because I think if you look at the first half of the season of the Spurs versus this second half
that has sunken, that has struggled tremendously.
The perimeter defense, the interior defense,
the offense came and go. They had a different player each night kind of step up for them. Remember that one week or two when they took down the Nuggets, and then they took down the Nuggets and the Celtics as well. In January, where they had a different
team leader each night. That was a great representation of what the Spurs can do offensively when they're really together. It's the defense that concerns me the most. I'm waving my wand for specifically perimeter defense, but all around lockdown defense would be fantastic.
I know Pledge wants 3-point shooting, and I would like to score too, but I'm with Jill here. You've got to fix the defensive side. I mean, we've seen the Spurs score 130 and lose, and we've seen them score 85 and lose. Perimeter defense needs to get better, but so does the transition defense. The other night when they had 11 turnovers, but gave up 23 points on those 11 turnovers because they weren't getting back. The transition defense, if you're going to turn it over, don't compound that by playing lazy defense on the other end of the floor. They're not a high volume turnover team typically, but teams are able to get whatever they're going to get and turn that loose change into buckets. And that's something that's got to change for the San Antonio Spurs. Their defensive effort has to get better.
When we last saw Denver, it seems like a lifetime ago, back at the end of January. Jill, you just brought it up. The Spurs beat them 119-109. They capitalized on turnovers. They got 20 points off those turnovers. They had 13 fast break points. They sped the Nuggets up. And, you look at what the Denver Nuggets are now, and they're certainly not the same team that they were. We won't see Jamal Murray tonight, but we will see Aaron Gordon. It's a different team, lots of bigs. That high-low game is impressive watching the way that they go. Seeing what the Spurs are going to go against over the next couple of nights, it doesn't look good. So as we go to break and come back, we'll talk starting lineups. What would be, minus the win, what would be a successful outing tonight? Would it be to speed them up, to create a couple of turnovers, whether we get a win or not? Would that be the incremental growth that we're looking for? Or would it be a lineup that is more consistent on both offense or defense?
I'm looking for play with a little bit of chemistry, and clean basketball.
And
I know that doesn't exactly fit into your two categories, Rob, but at this point, they can't really afford to mess around with the lineups all too much. I just want to see Spurs players on the court look comfortable and look like they're in some sort of a rhythm, offensively
and defensively. That's what I'm looking for.
It's this team needs a confidence boost, and I think it starts with a win. I mean, to score 133 and lose to the Pacers, or score 129 and lose to the Hawks. You scored 115 and lost to the Kings because you gave up 132. I'm just looking at their last games. The Clippers, one game it's 134-101, and then you turn around and you hold them to 98, but you only score 85. I mean, I don't. This team needs some wins. And I don't care right now if it's an ugly win, if they garbage it up and trip into it, but get a win. I mean, you're coming off of your longest homestand in team history and the worst homestand in team history, and those two things shouldn't be there. Get a win, get some confidence.
The good news is there will be no Jamal Murray or Paul Millsap. The bad news is there'll still be a joker. The last time we saw Jokic, he hung 35 in a loss. We'll see what the Aaron Gordon edition will do. We'll tell you what the starting lineups appear to be and continue to try to figure out where the Spurs are. Or maybe we just come to the conclusion, you know what? They're just not very good. We'll talk about it next. You're on the Blitz, 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM, and on the go at ESPNSA.com.
Well, it makes me want to head down to Sammy's Embroidery Club and just get T-shirts made that say "Get in the Lottery." And you can do that. You go to Sammy's Embroidery Club. You need shirts made? Sammy's going to do it for you. If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, you need your logo on masks, on shirts, on jackets, caps. Sam's got them all. Nobody has better prices. He has all the big name brands, over 700 uniform lines to choose from. Or maybe you just want some lottery T-shirts made, or some T-shirts made for the family reunion coming up that you're going to be allowed to have because you're vaccinated. Sammy's Embroidery Club is the place to go. And he's the only company in Texas with one-day turnaround. No order too small, no order too big. You need one item, 10 items, 400 items. Sammy is the place to go. The website, samsembroidery.com, or go visit that massive showroom on San Pedro. It's 1 mile inside Loop 410, next to Big Lots across from McDonald's. All items come with a warranty, and you'll work with Sammy on your project. He's the owner, and he's by his phone right now. Call him 210-824-3900, 824-3900 for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
It's time for ESPN San Antonio's Big Score. This hour's keyword is Texans. Enter that keyword at ESPNSA.com for your chance to win $1,000. 1250 ESPN San Antonio and 94.5 FM.
Hey y'all, I'm Grant Pinkerton of Pinkerton's Barbecue in downtown San Antonio. We only smoke prime meats with a blend of post oak and mesquite. Come see us for some of those giant beef ribs, tender brisket, and a cold big red. We have a Texas-sized bar, great selection of bourbon, and tons of local beers. I love sports, so we have plenty of screens to watch them on. We're open Wednesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner or until we sell out. Come early, come hungry, and stay late.
Police officers know it only takes a few seconds of someone texting and driving for things to go terribly wrong. That's why officers are increasing enforcement of texting and driving laws. So put your phone down when driving, or be prepared for the consequences. You drive, you text, you pay. Paid for by NHTSA.
We need the forklift over here.
Indeed knows unexpected growth can stretch your business thin.
Okay, those molds need to be adjusted. The shippers are coming at noon, so we got to get this done.
Like at Dennis's plastic startup. To stay flexible, he needs to get started hiring right away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. And the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post. Terms and conditions apply.
Guys, stop what you're doing. Give me a few seconds of your time and let me give you a piece of advice that will change your love life forever. Have you noticed you've been losing a little pep in your step? Has your lady friend asked you, is everything okay? Do you find yourself having trouble rising for the occasion? Do you stress out before that special moment and wonder, is it gonna work? Guys, I'm going to let you in on a big secret. You don't ever have to worry again. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula has you covered. Mojo is the 100% guaranteed male enhancement formula that guarantees lasting success, if you know what I mean. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula is safe, natural, and effective every single time, guaranteed. Mojo is available in a fast-acting spray and a quick-action capsule. Do yourself and her a favor and call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today. They'll get you set up for success. Call 210-494-2210. That number again is 210-494-2210. Mojo Male Enhancement, only available at Pure Line Nutrition.
Injuries happen. If you twist, pull, pump, or snap something, you need to know about the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics. From a minor sprain to a compound fracture, TSAOG has got you covered. Not all injuries require surgery. Dr. David Espinosa treats all non-operative orthopedic injuries and concussion baseline testing. Telemedicine services are available through Ortho Connect. If you're hurting, go to the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics. Online, TSAOG.com. That's TSAOG.com.
Let me tell you why I love my Spurs, man.
Game Night San Antonio, brought to you by the Mellow Mushroom.
This is Matt Bonner.
This is Manu Ginobili. Hi, this is DeJounte Murray. It's Game Night San Antonio.
Game Night San Antonio, brought to you by the Mellow Mushroom.
It's Game Night San Antonio, brought to you by Mellow Mushroom. Spurs playing the Mavericks tonight, 8 o'clock tip. Up on that Valley Network with their weird score.
The Mavericks?
What are they doing?
I didn't know they were playing the Mavericks already.
Did I say Mavericks? The Valley Network?
Yeah, the Nuggets.
I'm looking at the team. I'm sorry. Red Mavericks as I. Yes, they're taking the Nuggets up on that Valley Network. How are you guys appreciating? I have to go through a variety of ways just to watch the game. Sometimes I get the Valley. Sometimes I get the local feed to who they're playing.
It's
How
a
are you
great
guys
question.
appreciating the way Bally broadcasts the games?
I don't like their graphics package. And, it's interesting, and it's great to have a TV person on here because you realize they probably have meeting after meeting after meeting after meeting to come up with what the graphics going to look like, and then everybody's going to hate it. And at first, because it's different, it's change, I wasn't enjoying it. Things weren't where they need to be. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I've watched a couple games and watching the Rangers, and then you look at the graphics package like from the Rangers on Valley and then the Astros on Root. Man, it's like a seventh grader put together Valley Sports Network's graphics package. It's awful.
They're new to the party, man. They're trying to get it right. Spurs are playing the the Nuggets tonight. Back to back, kind of. They get a day off in the middle. So tonight they go in without Paul Millsap and without Jamal Murray, and that's a couple of huge losses. And Spurs appear to have DeJounte back. And with this kind of lineup, last we saw Jokic just ripped the Spurs a new one, and they've added another big. Can the Spurs run big enough to play this newly retooled Nugget team, Jason?
No.
No. Okay.
I mean, how? I don't think the Nuggets have lost since they've added Aaron Gordon, right? So they're due. But I don't know how the Spurs are going to match up the size wise with Joker, and
it gets even worse.
You just got to hope that
Gorgie Jane.
that they don't end up in foul trouble in a hurry. Well, yeah.
Gorgie's going to have to play. That acquisition is going to have to start playing a role because this is the reason you went and got this guy. You're looking at the Nugs. They're going to roll out Jokic, who's a good 7-footer, their point center. They're going to roll out Michael Porter Jr., who's a good 6'10" jump shooter that has got a lot of length as well. And then they roll in Aaron Gordon. It is the most athletic, best front line in all of basketball as we sit right now. And the Spurs have the least athletic, thinnest front line in all of basketball. The Nuggets are just about the slowest team in the league. They're the way they run, they slow it down. They're averaging 97 points at per 100 possessions. That's ridiculously low. Spurs got to speed it up. We don't have the bigs, but they're going to have to get out and move. DeJounte's, we hope that foot is good because you're going to have to lace them up. The Spurs are going to have to run tonight.
Yeah, and that's exactly right, Rob. Because that's what the Spurs have been trying to do all season long. Anyways, high tempo, push the ball, work out in transition. I think that's going to be the key tonight. How quickly can the Spurs move in transition, right? Catch the Nuggets a little off guard. Because you're right, they don't have the size advantage. This is all Denver. And Jay will have their work cut out for them. Trying to the Joker, right? Or the Joker right down, or just slow him down. It's probably impossible. So just slowing him down a little bit, and then the Spurs got to play their offense. They got to run that tempo, and that's something that we haven't seen work to their advantage. And that
all of that homestand. Again, it goes back to that rhythm, finding some sort of chemistry with each other, and also getting hot, behind the arc. All those things together can work for the Spurs tonight, especially with DJ back in the lineup. If the Spurs can really push the ball and do better in transition, I think you're going to have a lot better game than we've seen the last week.
All right, the guy that gets the least amount of respect from the officials is Jakob Poeltl. My guess is he'll have 2 fouls before the first TV timeout. Then what does Pop do?
You're going to have to go small and run like crazy. Hair on fire kind of basketball. That's the only requisite right now is, first of all, the only thing we know you can bring is want to. So you're going to have to get out there and move it. And if they're rotating guards as quickly as I think they're going to have to, wear them out. But that's your only option, because if we get into a slow-paced 100-point game, Jokic is going to cut us apart. He is going to, and it might not be with 35 points. It might be with 15 assists is my great fear, because we figure Poeltl will be on Jokic. That seems to be a logical matchup. You figure Keldon is going to end up with, who do you put Keldon on? Do you put him on Porter, who's going to pull him away from the rim, or do you put him on Aaron Gordon so he can get on a poster? Okay, so you put Keldon on Aaron Gordon. Who's guarding Porter Jr.? I'll tell you who it should be, Devin Vassell, but he's going to sit and watch all night because that's what our young players do.
Well, and again, I mean, where's Derek White? And this might be a game where Vassell's going to get more time.
Porter is 6'10". Derek White ain't going to get out on a 6'10" jump shooter, so it can't be him. DeJounte, maybe if you're denying the ball, but somebody's got to have to deal with Monte Morris and Will Barton. This is a team that is loaded for bear, and we talk about defensive issues. Only thing you can hope for tonight is create some turnovers and run, baby. Just keep going till you know it ain't going to work. And then we get him again on the second night of a back-to-back. You mentioned earlier, Jill, that there is going to be some time to kind of, gather the troops together and get a little practice in and start to get a little bit healthy. Do you foresee at any time in the next couple of days a shift in the starting lineup? I don't know who it would be, but do you think Pop would start shaking the box a little bit to see if we can get a better outcome?
Well, I think we've already seen that a little bit. One, because DJ was out, right?
Because DJ was out, right?
Well, that's injuries. I'm talking about if guys get healthy. If we have a fully healthy team, do you see Pop shaking that starting lineup?
No, I don't. I'm going to go back to the first half of the Spurs were exceeding our expectations. They were beating teams like the Denver Nuggets and the Boston Celtics, despite the height advantage, despite the physicality advantage. When they were playing their basketball, that high tempo basketball, they were able to hang with the best teams in the league. And I don't think altering the lineup right now, if you were to get everybody back healthy, the right way to go is the right way to go still trying to find continuity. Go ahead, Jason.
Well, I'm curious, Rob, who would you, other than Lonnie when he gets healthy, who in that bench unit would you replace a starter with at this point? Again, Lonnie.
I'm so glad you asked.
When he gets healthy, are we going to start Vassell? I know you want to see young guys play, but at 500, Pop isn't throwing in the towel yet. That's down the way. You're not going to start Dang. He just got here and has a sore shoulder. You're not going to start Patty Mills. Who are you going to start?
I'm moving Derek White to the second unit. I'm putting him in control of that second offense. I'm putting DeJounte in complete control of that first offense. And I am, in fact, bringing Devin Vassell up because I do know this. The two things he was drafted to do are the two things we desperately need. Perimeter defense. And are we ready we got perimeter defense and 3-point shooting. That's what we desperately need. He sits and watches. So if I'm looking to shake the box, if I'm 2-8 now or 2-9, which I fully expect to be when I wake up on Saturday morning, what do you have to lose? And at this point, we have to start questioning, what is the goal here? If you continue to lose trying to make the playoffs with old guys that don't want to play defense, what's wrong with still trying to make the playoffs and continuing to lose with young guys that'll be learning the game?
Rob, I love your optimism and I love your support for Devin Vassell. It is warranted, but no. Pop is but no. No, not at all. No, you're not at all. You're probably the other way. You're probably the other way. Willfulness. We'll just say that. We'll just say that.
That would be throwing in the towel on this season and saying, "Get my ass into the lottery."
Why do we say that? See, that's Pop thinking. That is Coach Popovich brainwashing. You're saying rookies can't do it. They're not ever going to be good enough. There's no way we can learn them up the way that we've seen in the past. That's the problem. What do you mean he's not good enough? He's better than what we've got. We're talking about a guy with a 7-foot wingspan that can hit 35% of his threes if given the opportunity. And he sits and watches on a team that can't play perimeter defense nor shoot. It's starting to become mind-boggling to me.
Rob, if that was the case, Coach Pop would already have him in.
We've run up against with the deadline. We want to thank everybody for stopping by. That's Jill Jelnick. I know.
Go enjoy National Beer Day, my friend. It sounds like you need a nice, tall, cold one.
But when we talk tomorrow, I think we're going to be complaining about the very same thing. Our shooters watching as we trudge to the finish down by 20. This has been Game Night San Antonio. We'll talk about it again tomorrow.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
What do you get when you talk to a Dell Technologies advisor? You get someone who understands there's an art to listening, who's able to hear more than what's being said, and can provide tailored small business solutions that make you feel truly heard.
I understand. Let's get started.
For advice on everything from laptops to the cloud and solutions powered by Intel vPro platform, call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL.
If you're a bacon lover, I've got great news for you. This is Michael Kilbasa with Kilbasa Smoked Meats. Our authentic dry-cured bacon is now available at grocery stores near you. We make it the old-fashioned way with a